I am so sorry. I was just getting dressed because I have to go to work later. Hello everybody. I do wanna hang on, go here. Okay, I do wanna address something real quick. I am sorry about Tuesday, like how that stream ended. Yeah. Like I should have handled myself better. But it was like bad. So I just want to come off the bat and say this. I know, Mr. Gamer, you're gonna be like pretending that I'm addressing Celestios. Nope. Nope. Sadly, I won't be for a little while. Maybe months from now. I'm not sure. I just needed to cleanse myself yesterday from the Nook stuff. It's all good. It was a tough one. Yeah, I just needed to cleanse myself. Tuesday is probably no, not Tuesday. Tomorrow's gonna be because the Goat Kato stream, the faded Goat Kato stream. What am I saying faded for? And there's still worse stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not touching Nux further. No, that man knew. That man knew that there were children. There was like that 14-year-old in his server. Don't let him lie to you. Keep his feet on the fire. Other than that, on February 25th, we are doing another collab stream with the wonderful, the lovely, the incredibly sexy Grunge Bunny VT at like 8:30 in the morning. Because why not? So look out for that. That's gonna be a more fun stream. And then towards the beginning of March is another drama stream. I probably should have like background music. Today we're covering sorry, I've not had caffeine and I got some water. Do you want something to brighten up your day? Oh, my day is pretty bright. But you can sure go ahead and show me something. Let me just make sure because I had to make sure to grab this. I don't know which video to start with, so we're going with Mugen. Because we're covering the Marvel Rivals controversy, or incident. The capture... Why are all window captures like this? There we go! Let's see... It's an hour and some minutes, but there's some updates. Well, hello, Mochi!
Snap your W2.
Hi, Mochi!
Planet Fitness.
Consequence. A result or effect, typically one that is unwelcome or unpleasant. Now, I'm sure that this definition would work out in most situations, but when it comes to this incident that we're going to discuss, consequence. A result or effect, typically one that is unwelcome or unpleasant. Now, I'm sure that this definition would work out in most situations, but when it comes to this incident that we're going to discuss, unpleasant is a massive understatement. Because how else would you explain posting a video defending yourself in the face of consequences and getting one of the worst like-to-dislike ratios I've ever seen in my entire life? How else would you explain community notes that are so ruthless that they put you in physical pain when you read them, all while your sponsors join in the chaos and start canceling their contract with you? I mean, really, is unpleasant truly a word that can describe how bad this is when there's an NBA team that's making fun of you on their TikTok page? When when you screwed up so
Wait,
hard that your
what?
name is now used as cultural lingo to signify a bad player in a multiplayer game. I mean, seriously, how the hell did it get so bad? Well, at its essence, this incident wasn't centered on a game or a community. This was something that everyone can understand, a victim standing up to his very ruthless bullies. They held more power and influence over him and managed to cause considerable damage. He was framed, and they tarnished his reputation. He would then, all alone, stand up for himself. And when the community had his back, the bullies would not only double down, they would triple down and quadruple down, never once apologizing to him. This truly showed us how vile they truly were as they were.
Somebody's dog got in the building site across the street, so spent a good 15 watching this doggo have a great time running around after stealing, I think, a pipe with all the workers running after him and slipping in the mud there, Gray. Aww! That's so cute!
Being cornered by, well, the entire internet. So no wonder this is
What the fuck is this? I can't read that. That's a little
escapes containment
diabolical.
outside
I
the
hope
Marvel Rivals
we
community
see
and
context
into
for
the
that.
mainstream. You now have people, both young and old, wondering what happened, asking, hey, can I get details about this? And I mean, of course they would, because this story not only plays out like a classic movie plotline, it also has an extremely satisfying ending. However, the ending is even more satisfying if you truly understand every aspect that led up to it. And seeing that there's a lot of details involved, I figured we have to talk about it, which is why I'm making this video. So without further ado, here's the full story of how Kingsman stood up to his 3 bullies and won. Let's do this. Alright, so first things first, who the hell is Kingsman 265? Well, before even starting to upload videos or create content, he was someone who had already spent time in first-person shooter games, most notably Hyperscape, the Ubisoft game that came out in 2020. According to him, he played this game back when he was 16 years old, and he was so good at it that at some point he was #1 on the leaderboard. Quite the achievement, especially since this game had a crazy learning curve. That unfortunately wouldn't last, because the game would prove to be unpopular and
Okay, so we're learning more about Kingsman.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays.
No, thank you. Please free me.
and shut down very shortly after. This is when he would make the move to
What are you
Apex. And just like in
doing?
Hyperscape, the guy was very skilled too, achieving top ranks consistently. For Kingsman though, everything would change when Marvel Rivals would come out on December 6th, 2024. This is when he would pivot to it full time. And just like in the other games he played, he was also incredibly skilled here, reaching top 500 in multiple roles using multiple heroes while also managing to become the rank 1 magic player, a character that's not even
I do want to point this out. I've never played Marvel Rivals. Honestly, I can only get like 2 Steam games at a time. Due to the fact that I'm currently streaming from an old computer that still works. But I wouldn't mind trying it in the future if I can. It seems like a decent game. I'm just gonna warn everybody that I am maining Deadpool.
even ranked at the top of the meta. Look, by this point it was obvious. Kingsman wasn't just talented at Marvel Rivals, he was talented in general in competitive games. Unfortunately though, this ridiculous level of skill wouldn't translate into much viewership. He would start streaming in the summer of 2023 and would continue streaming regularly, consistently. And yet for almost 2 years and a half, the growth wouldn't translate into much, with him peaking at around 150 average viewers. That's just the reality of the streaming landscape, especially when it came to a game like Marvel Rivals. So on January 12, 2026, when Basim ZB, a Marvel Rivals content creator, would announce that he was hosting a tournament for Marvel Rivals titled Creator Cup with a $40,000 prize pool, including 48 creators, one of them being Kingsman, as you can imagine, he was very excited. This is an opportunity to not just showcase your content and your gameplay, but also a shot at winning a prize. This prize pool also didn't come from just anywhere. It was officially being sponsored by NetEase Games, the creators of the game. The way this was structured was simple. There would be 8 different captains, and on the 13th of January, they'd all be
Okay, so I main Cyclock. Ooh, I would have to look up who she is. It's been a while since anything Marvel. So we had Aramori, Luxor, Necro, CC. Raggleberg, Donatello, Benser, and Team Captain on here.
present on Basim's livestream to create their team from those 40 invited content creators. In the case of Kingsman, he'd end up being picked
So it's CC, something tougher,
captain.
Zaza Stack, Don't know who this is, and I'm guessing this person's name is Casey? Oh, Big Puffer, CCFPS, Kingsman, Zaza Stack, and Casey Gila. Cloak and Dagger and Frost are mine. You know what? After Yukemet is, like, completed, like, I unlocked everything in Yukemet, and after I unlocked everything / complete the price of flesh, I'll get Marvel Rivals. Shut up. And then I can play it while we talk about dramas. Team CCU. Deadpool, Creator Cup, Marvel Rivals.
Cece. She admitted during the draft pick that she didn't know him. She just knew that he was very
And Lucy Yaza.
skilled. Alongside him, she would pick a few other teammates. What you have to keep in mind are two names in particular, Zaza Stack and Luciasa. You see, Kingsman was streaming as Cece was picking her team, and from the moment this team was formed, he signaled one worry that he had, Zaza Stack. So shortly after the draft, he would get into a call with the team captain, Cece, and he would express his worries. He very clearly outlined to her that he was worried about Zaza Stack, not because of her skill, not because of her as a person, but because she was the only content creator that was based in Australia when everyone else was playing on US-based servers. This meant that she had 200 ping, and to make matters worse, she was a Black Widow main, a sniper character that of course needs way less than 200 ping to be accurate, while also being a character that's completely out of meta. Cece would reassure Kingsman during their call that don't worry, European players have 150 ping, Zaza Stack isn't that far behind, and that her Black Widow was really good, asking him to be patient until he saw her performance himself. So look, by this point, everything was cordial, everything was friendly and
And okay, I'm gonna say this because I do have some friends who are in Australia, and one of them includes my Mahal, Jack. Now, we saw during the collab we did with Jack that the internet decided to snipe him midstream. So I'm guessing that's the issue, on top of the fact that she's a Black Widow main. Now, I'm not familiar with the game. I'm not sure how ass Black Widow is in terms of the meta. One of the things that should have been done is like a little tester to see who's playing what, to see like what the difference is, you know? Like a little practice PvP.
reasonable. It was no secret that Kingsman was worried, but he was optimistic. He wanted to give this team a chance, especially seeing that there was a $40,000 prize pool and he was a completely broke college.
$40,000. Yeah, of course he's gonna want to win. Yeah.
Student. He wanted to give it his best shot and chose to give Zaza Stack the benefit of the doubt. What he could have never seen coming, though, is that this team wasn't going to be too far off from those terrible group projects
I don't know why this child is blowing up a car.
you had in high school, where you were put with the most entitled,
Oh,
vile bullies.
no.
Alright, so here's the deal. A Marvel Rivals team has 6 players. There are different heroes with different roles, and you can use varying combinations to come up with a strategy. At the moment, though, the best strategy is pretty straightforward, and it's used by all pro players. It's called triple support, and it involves having half your team pretty much be support heroes. Seeing that there's not really much you can do to counter a team like this, everyone has been using it to rank up. It's actually very similar to what happened with Overwatch 1 at some point, when the meta used to be 3 supports and 3 tanks. Everyone was using it and you couldn't counter it in any way, shape, or form. Seeing that Kingsman was intending to do his absolute best in this tournament and wanted his team to win, he assumed that his team would also have the same mentality and go with the best meta team possible. Shortly before the tournament would begin, he'd go live on his channel with the intent of scrimming with his team, which meant playing against other teams in this tournament before the tournament began, just to practice. The only person who had shown up was Cece. He had to go out of his way to contact everyone else in order for them to get there. 2 of the players couldn't even make it. They found replacements for them, but the only players that showed up from his team were Cece, Zaza Stack, and Luciasa. As you can imagine, the scrims went terribly, and I can't remember the last time I had to force myself to watch something this much because of how uncomfortable it was. But I'm not going to be the only one suffering here. I'm going to show you multiple clips of these scrims so you can understand.
Meta bad, but if you have a good one and the ping isn't fighting you, she can be good at best. Oh, that's not great. Yeah, why not? Why insist on being like a Black Widow main? Practice with different mains. Like, I already know I'd be like maining Deadpool, right? That is because I grew up with Deadpool when it comes to Marvel stuff. But other than that, I would try to diversify because back when I used to play Overwatch, I would play Genji, Sombra, and Bestia. One does self-healing, one does hacks. One I could just throw like shuriken at and pray. I was that great. But um yeah, it's good to know like how all the characters play. Like at all. Plus a lot of the little Marvel characters have like diversifying powers. And some can like heal themselves, some can't. So you gotta pick one with like that's still like a beefy, so you can't really tank it. But at the same time, also good within the meta.
Understand how terrible the team dynamic was and how vile his team.
And the fact that like a lot of the team says, "Oh, I can't make it." It's $40,000. You're going to make it. I can't tell you how good Deadpool is because it came out after I took a break. Okay, so I'll find out for myself when the time comes. The fact that half the team fucked off when it comes to $40,000. Do you know how much you can afford with $40,000? A home, groceries, life insurance, paying off medical bills. Like, if I had $40,000 today, I'd be paying my $50,000 debt. But it's not like really bad. I'm not going to talk about how I accrued it because a lot of it's medical. Because, again, I have the constitution of a Victorian child, but it's being paid off, I promise. I have help with it. But that'd be taking a whole chunk of my medical expenses. Like, why would you not want to compete in a tournament specifically created? A home? Where you can find a home, get a home cheap. Down south. Preferably like a nice, decent, like little home. You can get one off Amazon even. Hang on. I'm gonna hide my screen real quick. That way it doesn't try to dox me. Prefab homes. So they're like pre-built homes that you can get for cheap, right? So let's go with 3 bedroom. Back. This goes for 9K. And it is a quick assembly, customizable home kit. This is the different ones you can get. It has plastic steel windows, titanium windows. Like, it's one of those, like, homes you can get. It says here. Size variance is 40 feet, 30 feet, and 20 feet. Suitable for a variety of uses, for residential to commercial, customizable design, interior and exterior customization, available to choose paint, floor finishes and style, safe and durable. But yeah. It's a fully customizable home. But as for the match, if you're putting 40K on the line, you really should have your players in the same area. Yeah! I'm glad they were able to get new teammates, but yeah, that's just kind of fucked up. How some of them just like, oh yeah, we don't want 40K. See ya. It's $40,000.
Teammates were. In this first clip, Kingsman expresses shock when his teammates tell him they don't intend to run the best meta team composition in the game. Seeing that some of the people playing this tournament were pro players, this was pretty much similar to saying, hey, we're going to throw the game on purpose. Watch.
And then we're not going to run triple support in the tournament?
No, we're not.
Where did you get that idea that we were?
GG, we lost. What?
Right, where is this triple support coming from? I don't really
Okay, then we don't play. Okay, well, this is.
They were planning on throwing the match? You're pissing away 40K by not running a triple support. I'm not a pro player. I'm more of a casual. But when it comes to $40,000, I'm going to take any opportunity to even have a chance at winning. Like, are we serious? Dumb bitches.
This is gonna be a hard tourney then.
Yeah, like
You just think it's gonna be hard.
No, I want to try hard this tourney,
If
but
you don't run triple support, like hard meta, whenever we
it's a $40,000 tourney, guys.
Yeah,
We're gonna need triple.
off meta characters. Other people don't be playing off meta too. Like,
yeah, I don't think.
I think you guys have a very different mentality than like other teams. Like,
Yeah.
The other teams just walk out with full.
Thank you.
Just bear in mind, we're still in the complete beginning of the scrims. This is like the first game they're playing together. The only person attempting to take him seriously was someone who wasn't even on the team. They were there as a replacement. The people arguing with him are both Cece and Luciasa, who kind of sound similar, as well as Zazastack. She's the one with the Australian accent. And from their tone, you can tell that they're clowning on him, even though Kingsman is one of the best players in the game. Still though, you don't get to Kingsman's level of skill if you just gave up easily. So he kept trying to talk sense into his team and only kept getting shut down.
Awesome.
You want to file free?
No TurboTax, I don't need to do my taxes, come on.
Meal deals with McValue. You get this.
Nope.
Talk some sense into these guys because they don't want to run triple support. They're gonna.
triple support a character that I don't know how to play. What the fuck do you want me to do? Like,
We want to run triple support.
But every team will.
Drafted for triple support. No, they won't.
You don't think any team will want to run triple support?
No, you can barely get Matthew to play freaking support, let alone 3 people.
If Matthew's playing for 40 grand, he's gonna play triple support.
As you could tell, he was starting to lose his mind. Guys, there's $40,000 on the line, and you think that people weren't going to use the best meta composition in this tournament. The team captain was not taking him seriously, and Zazastack was not even attempting to offer to try support. He was starting to get so desperate that he even offered to play support himself, showing that he was willing to do anything for his team to win, something that his teammates apparently didn't really agree on.
Just because you can, I can learn him too and play
All I'm
him.
saying is you need to
You need 2 tanks though for triple support.
People are telling me that, yeah, I can play second tank, I can play strange.
put on your chatters that freaking are keyboard Andes, bro.
He would offer to play support, he would offer to play tank, nothing, just more disrespect. He would continue to argue his point, trying to find some sort of compromise with Zazastack. His teammates were not having it, and this is what the team captain, the leader here, Cece, had to say to him. An incredible response, watch.
Hold on, you're gonna tell me, bro. We haven't even played against them yet, bro. Chill.
It's important to draft a good composition before the round starts, or before the match starts.
No shit, bro. But you think Zaza's gonna swap after we had this conversation 10 different times?
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you when you keep asking. Like,
I'm telling you right now, she's not gonna. She's gonna start on Widow no matter what you say.
I don't even think I've been playing that bad in our scrims on Widow either.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I know you won't. I know you're not bad at the character. That's not my point.
I want that.
Not once did Kingsman disrespect Zaza, her skill, her playstyle, her as a person. His main worry stemmed purely from how the other team was going to counter her character just naturally, just based on dynamics. Zaza's stack would argue, my performance isn't even that bad. That's going to age like milk because very shortly after, she would get absolutely pummeled by the enemy team. This is when he would say, do you see my point? This is when he would truly start to get disrespected by his team to the maximum level. Take a look.
Do you see my point? Now imagine Zaza trying to live that, right? It's not gonna happen.
Is he dueling with Spider-Man, bro?
Oh, none of them
Back to
live,
you guys
bro.
now.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
I'm like learning him.
But Bucky,
The utter disrespect for your fellow teammates to be like this. I'll play tank. I'll do this, I'll do that. He's actively trying to both make sure they're able to have a fighting chance, as well as compromise with his team. Something the team leader should have been doing, but instead she's being a dumb fucking bitch. Actively spitting on his kindness. If you want to play for fun, don't enter a tournament for 40K. You gotta have your A game when it comes to this, because you don't know your enemy like you think you do.
Will,
So for
Bucky
real,
will prevent
bro.
them.
Like, no one is living a 5-man run into their spawn, bro. Kingsman, shut up, bro. Just my God.
They're living with triple support.
You made your point, and it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so
Both chats are getting annoyed now.
Yeah, by this point, Kingsman's own chat had lost hope. W ego, it's fucking over. Is she dumb? She is so fucking mean. Rip, it's over. Yeah, you're not sniffing $1. You are not getting any money, little bro. The cherry on top here was the fact they would win this game. Purely because the rank 1 Magic, Kingsman, would carry the hell out of his dumbass team. Zaza's stack throughout the entire game
He
would
carried
only get
his
2
own
eliminations.
team.
2. I want to emphasize to you how much of an achievement that is. Getting a kill in this game isn't like in Call of Duty or other FPS games. If you just as much touch an opponent that ends up dying later by your teammate, it counts as a kill. Like literally just doing 1 damage. This meant that throughout the entire game, she only hit 2 different people as a sniper. That's just how crazy this is. And no one saw this as a problem, except for Kingsman. That's how crazy the situation was. No matter what Kingsman would say, how he tried to formulate a sentence, how he would try to get the point across, he would always be disrespected. Like in this clip, watch.
Just save your breath.
Because I'm not swapping over Black Widow.
okay, then we lost the tournament. GG, go next. That's literally how it works.
I don't want to get Kingsman. It's not happening, bro.
Oh my god, I just gotta talk about this fucking conversation now.
Nah, bro. I'm just gonna make another video, though, for sure.
Yeah, you're
Oh, this is an important conversation. This is
You want to see something really ironic? As soon as this game started, literally as soon as this game started, one of the first people who died was CC, and then
There's one. One.
Zaza stack immediately by Spider-Man. By the way, I just want to emphasize.
So the two like most annoying bitches were like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna change." Zaza wasn't gonna change. Got clowned on by Spider-Man. Maybe you should diversify instead of trying to be a Black Widow main. This is why I don't do team supports. People are so dumb, bro. I either play against AI, which is what the game throws at me, or I play with friends. I do not play, like, with strangers, because you don't know if they're gonna be as dumb as these broads.
CC had told Kingsman specifically when they had the call before starting scrims that Zaza was great at taking out Spider-Man. That's why she's Widow. You want to see something even more ironic? Kingsman would get 18 eliminations, carrying the hell out of his team again, while Zaza's stack didn't even hit 1 person. 0
kills
kills as a sniper elimination.
Let's look at these. Casey got 3, Lucy got 6, Zaza got 0, CC got 5, whoever Mother is got 10, and Kingsman got 18.
Carrying the hell out of his team again, while Zaza's stack couldn't even
This is why I say don't do comp.
hit 1 person. 0 kills as a sniper, 5 deaths, and 0 assists. Assists are purely for healer. Couldn't even hit 1
Okay,
person.
wait. 1 assist, 2 deaths, 0 assists, 5 deaths, 1 assist, 4 deaths, 5 assists, 3 deaths, and then even 5 assists, 5 deaths. Kingsman is carrying. Zaza died 5 times. Those are like, these are supposed to be like pros, right? Spider-Man's super good if you can play him, but it's a learning curve, is hella hard too. Okay, if I start playing Marvel Rivals at any point, I'll try him out. That's insane.
Zero kills as a sniper, 5 deaths and 0 assists. Assists are purely for healers, people who give you buffs, and if you get a kill, they get an assist. Zaza couldn't hit a single enemy that died this game. A single one. He would keep emphasizing his arguments, the fact that he went against #1 Black Widows in games and saw that they couldn't handle certain compositions. He really tried to get the point across that it's not Zaza's stack that he has a problem with. It's
And then this is the enemy team. Two deaths, 1 death, 4 deaths, 5 deaths, 5 deaths. So it's like a split. But Casey got 1 less death than Lex heals. But if you notice, the enemy team had 11 kills for 2 and little less deaths.
purely the character pick, still nothing. This would all culminate in one of the most disrespectful things that were said to him by the team captain. And since she was streaming too, might as well show you her perspective while she was saying it. Watch.
You didn't inherit this. You built it. Every late
first game, I want to
earned with Relay. See your cash flow clarified.
No.
Watch.
We are running into Snake.
Okay, she's playing Deadpool. Deadpool looks cool as fuck.
I don't understand, bro. I don't get it. You're making me mad, bro. We've been playing against Snake Kids' team. This is their team. The only difference is one support player, bro. We won. Shut up now, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. This is fucking getting annoying and you're making Zaza sad. Like, it's not gonna happen. She's gonna play Black Widow, so just shut up for 2 seconds and just play this goddamn scrim. Like, I don't get it, bro. Thank you. Oh my god, like, just shut up, bro. Like, we're not gonna swap.
If you're concerned about their dive, you just trade back.
What an incredible display by the team captain who's meant to keep order, who's meant to understand all the perspectives in her team and find a middle ground. In her mind, she probably thought, Slay Queen, I'm being a girl boss right now. In reality, she was being a nasty bully. Not just her though, the other 2 girls as well. Out of all the scrims this team ended up playing, so around 7 different games, Zaza would do well on the last one. Kingsman would carry every single game. That's not an exaggeration. He was really carrying his team hard. But it just so happened that Zaza got MVP once. Here's how his team reacted. Look for yourself. I mean, this is really the last straw here.
2-2. Job. Talk to Kingsman now, Zaza.
I just tell people to shut up when they talk to you. That's all.
Oh, that's horrible.
I didn't talk shit at all. When did I talk shit?
Look at her strut down this runway. Look at her strut down this one. Shush, Kingsman, you're not allowed to talk.
Makes me play like crap when people are.
Yeah, that's really how it goes.
That's all.
It's not the only one.
Like,
Hang on. Let's actually look at their stats. I don't. Okay. CC got 21 kills. Mother got 26 kills. Kingsman got 46. Zaza got 38. This person got 15. This person got 10. The most assists is Casey. But let's look at like the Widow main. 10 assists, 10 deaths, 38 kills. He has more than her.
I just tell people to shut up when they talk to you. That's all.
Oh, that's horrible.
I didn't talk shit at all. When did I talk shit?
Look at her strut down this runway. Look at her strut down this one. Shush, Kingsman, you're not allowed to talk.
Shush, Kingsman, you're not allowed to talk. He carried you every single fucking game. What?
Makes me play like crap when people are.
Yeah, that's really how it goes.
That's all.
It's not the only one.
Like
Yeah.
I'm playing. Makes me play like crap when people are.
Yeah, that's really how it
That's
goes.
Oh my god.
It's
You're not the only one.
like
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
playing
sorry,
fine
guys.
now
I'm just
because
really,
it's
I'm
been
just a
a couple
terrible
games, you
person.
know?
Just report me.
You're not a terrible person. It doesn't make you a terrible person.
I think everyone on this
ridiculous.
team
Just be
understands
nice, like
that
just be chill. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
sorry, I'm
get
just-
your
I'm
passion
just
to win as
not
well, and like I
fuck
really
outta
want to
here,
win as well. Intentionally throwing because if people are being icky.
I think I'm just gonna.
but they're trying to wait for us.
Whatever. I want money. I'm still gonna play. I'm really.
Bro, we already want to get stuff. Or do you want to just
Yeah,
like
well,
skip
give
like
By this point, I really want to emphasize just how professional Kingsman has remained throughout this entire thing. Compared to the average person, I mean, hell, compared to me, in his shoes, I would have already crashed out a long time ago. I mean, she was over here saying that she was throwing on purpose because he was being icky to her, and that once he finally shut up, she could perform well. We all know that's a lie. She couldn't even get one kill. So why did Kingsman actually stay and deal with this disgusting disrespect, this bullying? Well, he would explain it himself. Eventually, the scrims would end. He'd leave to continue playing ranked, and then he would tell
I love that MVP end for Widow, but honestly, you rarely see it. Yeah. It's probably because of, like, the meta plus the, meta plus, like, how the game, like, registers it as an MVP. I wouldn't know. And the fact that she said, "Oh, I'm throwing the match because you're being you're being a meanie but beanie to me." What the fuck? That is their 40K tournament. He's even being mean to me. Bitch! What the fuck? He was nothing but respectful to you. You just play ass. You play like straight ass.
his stream straight up.
I'm just here to win the tournament, you know? I need that money. I'm fucking broke. I like money. And $3,000 or $40,000, which has a prize pool for first place of $3,000, is a lot of money for me. I could really use that to help pay my college. You know? College tuition is very expensive.
So that's what it was. A lot of people can relate to this. College tuition is crippling debt to just about anyone in the US. And on top of that, winning $3,000 would also mean that maybe you don't have to eat cup noodles every day. When you're a full-time student who doesn't work a part-time job on the side, $3,000 can really make or break an entire year of studies. Every dollar counts, which is why he was willing to deal with this blatant disrespect, all for the sake of maybe paying off some of his college loans. Unfortunately, though, even after dealing with so much disrespect, with so much blatant bullying, it would all prove to be for nothing, because he wouldn't even get an opportunity to participate in the tournament. Shortly after telling his chat why winning is such a big deal for him, he'd go AFK for a few minutes, come back, and announce something so ridiculous that it would make anyone's blood boil.
Well, I was just kicked out of the tournament.
What?
Well, unfortunate. Yep, I know. I've been messaging Bazim for the past, like, 20 minutes, and there's nothing to do. I just gotta get removed, I guess. Wow. What a joke, bro. I mean, like, that's just insane. I can't. Unreal, bro, unreal. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. Wow, 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 wow.
As you can see, his chat was absolutely shocked. Anyone with a brain cell would be shocked. And Kingsman was speechless. Kicked for what?
What was the
Enduring
excuse?
bullying?
What was the fucking excuse that he got removed and not those three fucking bitches? I would like to know. Do we get to know? I'm sorry, but the runner of the tournament who, like, kicked out this guy after probably seeing how his team disrespected him should have kicked those three women. I'm sorry. If you cannot play nice, if you cannot, like, who the fuck keeps the person who never took it seriously to begin with, who said, "Oh, because you're being so mean to me, even though you weren't being mean to me, I'm gonna throw the match." This is $40,000. And this tournament head is playing, like, fucking head games? College is a scam, man. I'm actually a college dropout. I had to drop out due to multiple factors, such as me actually making myself sick with stress, to the point I was actively, like, refusing to eat until an assignment was done. I had to deal with people who would do none of the work and expected me to do the work. I want to believe. I want to believe he got picked by another team too.
Wanting your team to win, giving advice from your own experience playing in the highest ranks, and to top it all off, the reason for him being kicked wasn't specified to the public. The tournament organizer, Basim ZB, would give a very vague answer when asked why he was kicked, and he made it sound like something that was completely unforgivable. This didn't help at all, because it only fueled rumors and theories that were way worse than what actually occurred. See for yourself.
This is my decision. He was kicked out was, for violating rules. All right, I'm going to say that because I'm keeping it as respectful as possible. All right.
What rules did he violate? He was being professional, he was being courteous, he was being accommodating. What the fuck did he do?
I'm a tournament host.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a...
Like, what was so egregious that Kingsman did to be warrant such, harsh punishment, first of all? And then this vague thing. What did he do?
I'm a tournament host. There is a level of creator respect, and this is not. I'm saying like somebody calls somebody a poopy head. They don't get kicked out of the tournament. There's reasons for this, okay? And it's not just a one-time thing because I understand warning is not an option. No, because if there's warnings, everybody's gonna get warnings. There's a zero.
Well, remember she was the captain. Was she sleeping with this guy? Was he so fucking pussy whipped that he kicked out the one person out of the entire team who was being respectful, accommodating, and the only thing the rule was that he was mean to a gun. Oh, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this. Because I can only assume... Please note, I am AFAB. I'm not trying to be sexist here. I literally have a pussy myself. Was she actively, buttering herself up to this guy? Mean to a girl. He wasn't being mean! She was! I'm sorry. This guy right here should be getting so much shit. I hope he gets clowned on for the rest of his career. Aww, was this person kicked because he was mean to a girl? I used to play Call of Duty Zombies with my sister. We would trash talk each other without trying to get in trouble. We would also pick on each other. I used to play Call of Duty and Halo with my sister, right? She and I would talk smack all the time. We both knew we weren't being mean. And if we ever got mean, my bio dad would step in, take the controller from my sister, kick my ass. Was it weird? Yes. Did it humble me real fucking quick? Yes.
Tolerance policy. He wants to play and he wants to win, and he wants a lot of people to switch to different team comps. I understand he wants to win. I get it. You cannot avoid the fact it was very toxic. There's a lot of different things. All right. I understand. I was a college student once too, bro. I get it. I got no personal beef with Kingsman. I got no beef with Kingsman. I got no beef with anybody.
I got no beef with Kingsman, but at the same time, what he did was unforgivable. What he did has a zero tolerance policy. He doesn't even deserve a warning, just an immediate kick. That's just how bad it is. Look, it was obvious he was trying to quell down the flames, but this did nothing but put fuel on it. It was handled horribly. Not to mention that as time went by, CC would continue to talk shit behind Kingsman's back.
I open up the chat and I immediately see CC saying I was shit talking the tourney and my members, and all I gotta say is I tried to be so polite the whole tournament, and I literally have been so respectful of Basim. I've been promoting this tournament for weeks, and obviously maybe there was a joke in passing. I mean, 5 minutes ago, Tato, I literally heard you say the tournament's gonna be dog shit, bro, because there's no bans. Obviously, there's jokes in passing, but all I'm gonna say is one of my viewers showed me that 20 minutes before I got kicked, CC said she had to go do something real quick.
So this was Kingsman talking to another streamer about his kick, arguing that there was nothing he said that was worse than what others have been saying throughout the tournament. Also showcasing to Kingsman talking.
Let's actually look at what she was saying.
As time went by, CC would continue to talk shit behind Kingsman's back.
Real quick.
I open up the chat and I immediately see CC saying,
but he talked shit about the tourney on the draft. I think that's a solid take. And as the TO, now is Moxie better than Kingsman? Wasn't about to take it.
I was shit talking the tourney and my members, and all I gotta say is,
Because Basim ultimately didn't fuck with his disrespect.
I tried to be so polite the whole tournament, and I literally.
He said Kingsman muted and was saying toxic stuff about the
I've been
team.
so respectful of Basm. I've been
Let's go.
I've been promoting this tournament for weeks, and obviously, maybe there was a joke in passing. I mean, like 5 minutes ago, Tato, I literally heard you say this tournament's gonna be dog shit, okay? Because there's no bans. Obviously, there's jokes in passing, but all I'm gonna say is one of my viewers showed me that 20 minutes.
Gotta realize CC had a one-on-one with Basim for a urgent matter after scrims sometime before you got kicked as well, by the way. So, I meant to understand that she slid into Basim's DMs and went, Basim, this man's being mean to me. Can you kick him? Like, what the fuck? I really hope that's not what I'm seeing.
Before I got kicked, CC said she had to go do something real quick.
So this was Kingsman talking to another streamer about his kick, arguing that there was nothing he said
This skin's fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie.
that was worse than what others have been saying throughout the tournament. Also showcasing to us that CC has been talking shit behind his back even after he was kicked, adding that she might have had something to do with this kick because she went AFK on her stream to talk to Basim on a phone call. And finally, Kingsman went as far.
Meet one
Oh,
tragedy.
come on. Oh, wow, that's a neat little outfit.
As far as having to
Chat, you okay, Zaza? We love you. How much does that Kingsman guy average in viewers? 10? Girl! I'm thinking more worse for him off Blossoms. This guy is talking shite about you. And your tourney. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, that's how she did it. I just have one thing to say. His chat is so fucking horrible, so misogynistic. But hey, clearly feel comfortable talking like this in his chat. That's seriously how Kingsman acts and runs shit. Never once has he told his chat to stop. He probably couldn't see his chat. He probably could not see what was being fucking said if what you're saying is true. Because it's like, Valorant adjacent / Overwatch adjacent. The thing you have to know as like like a streamer. Full disclosure, I'm reading your comments on my phone. He probably didn't have his phone on him, so he wouldn't know what chat is. Here, I'm giving benefit of the doubt, but we don't know. I recommend just not even replying to people who mention him. Just ignore him. These people don't know Zaza. They don't know how fully good she is. She was fucking dog shit. They just be like, oh, typical woman acting negative. Shit actually boils my blood.
explain to people that he was not a misogynist. Zaza Stack would complain to her Discord about how toxic he was to her, and someone would just randomly say that Kingsman's chat was misogynistic, that they were a reflection of his misogyny, that him asking Zaza, someone who can't even get one kill in an entire game, to switch to another hero was him being misogynistic. And since Basim CB, the organizer of the tournament, refused to elaborate on why he was kicked, these rumors were running wild. It was so unfortunate. I mean, the guy did nothing wrong. His name was being ran through the mud. This is why after being kicked, he would decide to make a 1-hour, 60-minute video titled, I was kicked from a $40,000 tournament. He'd upload it on January 18th and would quickly go mega viral, being spread everywhere on social media. All the clips that we watched so far were from his video. But what's really sad here isn't just how he was disrespected by these people he had just met recently, it's also the fact that someone he considered a friend, Luciaza, someone he was excited to play with, also talked shit behind his back. I mean, this is what he had to say when he found out he was on the same team as her. Look at this.
Lucy? Yes! It's winnable. Wait, actually, that's actually fire. This is winnable. We win this. This is actually doable. Me and Lucy.
I read my stream on tablet, Lamau. Fair. See, was being a little shit.
We are on the same team. $40,000 tournament. There's no way she's going to throw. So that means we're going to actually win. That's actually doable. Okay, Cece's got a good draft. Oh, he picked up.
She was there during the scrims, by the way. She had nothing to say to defend him.
It's honestly crazy seeing Luciaza talking about Kingsman like this when he was so hyped when she got picked on the same team as him, knowing he got someone he was cool with. Oh, that's shitty.
In fact, she decided to side with Cece and Zaza Stack, and here's what she would say behind his back on her own stream. Watch.
I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
Yeah, we were dealing with some of the most vile, disgusting bullies you can imagine. People who had no empathy, no understanding, and no respect. Not just because Kingsman was a top 1 player, but because he was a human being.
Now y'all just horrible people.
Another person. But regardless, the tournament would still go on. Cece would be asked on stream why Kingsman was kicked, and she would again run his name through the mud with Luciasa in front of her viewers. Watch.
What happened with Kingsman getting kicked?
The power to save lives is within you. Donate plasma and get paid for your time.
Got a craving? Wing it. For as little as $6.99, get wings, a personal pan pizza, or a melt. Add a side, fries, or maybe wings.
Kicked?
So like Boston pulled me aside and it was just like, a lot of people were coming to him, like chatters and stuff, were showing him clips of him like saying disrespectful things about the tournament, like us as a team, and like saying we were gonna lose and all that stuff, and like Boston was just not having it, and so he asked me, and I was just like, it's kind of just like, if you think so, but
You're lying through your fucking teeth. You're lying little shit. Show the DMs right now. Cece, show the DMs right now. Because I don't fucking believe you.
apparently he was like muting in like while we were in Discord and saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna lose, and these guys, my team sucks, and then he was talking about like how some other tournament he's
You
in.
said you were going to throw the match! You planned on throwing the match! Yeah, they got pummeled! He was the only one actually, like, giving a flying fuck.
Was like way better, and I think Basman was just not taking that disrespect, and Loki, like, I didn't want the disrespect either. Like, I didn't want someone on the team that was just constantly gonna like shit talk us to his chat. So I was just like, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but
that was like mad disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, how dare he do you the courtesy of muting himself when he's about to lash out, staying respectful with you even after you told him multiple times to shut the fuck up in front of a live audience. Let's also not ignore the fact that when Basim told her he was intending to kick him, she had zero protest. I mean, seriously, with teammates like this, who needs enemies? Now, in the timeline of these events, the video had gotten tens of thousands of views and then hundreds of thousands before reaching 1 million. The Marvel Rivals community was outraged at this behavior, and it was starting to reach the mainstream. It was clear, Cece wasn't acting like this for the first time in her life. She's someone who is generally vile, who bullies people all the time, and this was her first time being caught, the first time facing consequences. So in the face of these consequences, she decides to make her own response to Kingsman's video on YouTube. The result? One of the worst disliked videos in YouTube's history. Only 24 hours after Kingsman's video got uploaded, Cece would upload her own video titled The Truth Behind the $40,000 Tournament. It's currently sitting at 1,200 likes and 60,000 dislikes. 60,000 comments. And as you can guess, the majority of them are not on her side. Now, one of the first things that Cece addresses here was why and how Kingsman got kicked. She'd argue that this wasn't about what Kingsman was saying, this was about how he said it, how it was affecting team performance, how it was bringing down their mental. She'd then talk about her phone call with the tournament organizer.
Like, dude, it's totally bringing down my mental health that someone gave a fuck about us winning a tournament for $40,000. We can't be serious right now. Tell me she's like chugging like straight vodka, Russian vodka down her gullet. Let me go dislike it real quick.
According to her, Basim ZV would message her to talk. He'd say that he just so happened to have come across a bunch of clips and messages from Kingsman which made him want to kick him. Cece would then go ahead and not object, but does admit that looking back, maybe a warning would have been enough. Now I really want you to listen to this part in particular. This is her arguing in Zaza.
Zaza said she'd swap if really needed, but we were never at that point. Even at 0 to 5 Widow. What?
Zaza's favorite. Look at this argument she's making here as to why Zaza sucked so much. Watch.
I want you guys to understand, she was going to go 0-5 no matter what she played. Why? Because Kingsman was breathing down her neck in her ear for the last 30 minutes. She wasn't focused, she wasn't locked in, she wasn't going to play well no matter what she played. So you guys are like, that was her game to show off, that was her chance to prove that it worked. No, it wasn't. Because during that time, Kingsman was still down her ear. We finish that map, and we go into the next game, and we're still arguing about it. At that point, I have to put my foot down as a captain. And yes, I told him to STFU. But you have to understand, this is after an hour of dragging this conversation on, an hour of me asking him to drop this topic, an hour of just continuous arguing in the team. Yes, I finally told him to STFU.
This is why I took the time at the beginning of this video to show you these clips. From her perspective, she's making him seem to be someone unreasonable, someone who can't shut up. In reality, though, the only thing he wanted was some sort of a compromise. In between those clips of him talking were way longer play sessions with him not even breaching the topic. Zaza still could not hit a single enemy. Again, dude, getting a kill in this game is the easiest thing you can do. You just have to assist. But guys, she had to put her foot down. She had to tell him to shut the fuck up in front of the teammates and the viewers watching. Disrespecting him in front of thousands of people. And by the way, if you're confused about her voice because she doesn't usually sound like this, yeah, we'll get to that. Don't worry. She's making this voice on purpose to appear more innocent. Next up, of course, I'm sure you've seen some videos about the vibes. She made this argument. Watch for yourself.
From day one, I told Kingsman, rule number 1, don't tilt my team, and rule number 2, don't bring the vibes down on the team, because we're going to lose.
Down on the team. Come on, guys, don't bring the team down.
Is back at your where fire meets flavor. Here.
I know we were like throwing this tournament that meant a lot to you, but you're bringing the vibes down, man. You're bringing the vibes down. Yeah, the vibes are what matter, not the $40,000!
At the highest level of competitive esports, tier 1 esports, you will get booted from a team simply because your team doesn't like you. Even if you're performing, even if you're doing well, if the team synergy isn't there, you're not coming back for another season.
Bro, how dare you ruin the vibes? How dare you? How dare you as a #1 player give our team free advice to win $40,000 and ruin the vibes? She'd have an entire segment called accountability, but throughout this whole video, she never once apologized to him. In fact, during the scrims, she called him a loser as she was muted, right? And bear in mind, she had blamed him for muting and saying they were going to lose. Watch.
Everyone thinks this guy's
That's just what happens.
that's such a good point. You're so right about that, and we're still going to play Widow.
Now look, I don't know what you think about this, but in my opinion, this is the exact toxicity that Kingsman was blamed for and kicked without warning for. So as I said, CC had a whole section called accountability. She also had a
Let's look at rules and conduct. Rules and conduct. Failure to comply results in warnings or removal from the event. Trash talk allowed, but do not make it personal or excessive. Personal attacks or harassment, instant removal from the tournament. Players must use their own account and should be playing on their main account. It's so key. It's so easy to get a kill in Rivals. So wait. She just sucks ass. And she's doing this on like a tournament worth so much fucking money. That's fuck you, I'm gonna pay my bills money. If I had that kind of money, I would be paying bills, getting a new PC set up. Everything. Do you know how much a VTuber model costs? Like a live 2D model. Oh wait, hang on. I'm answering a DM real quick. Sorry, I have to look away. I might be being pains in the service there. Okay. Mm-hmm. VTuber models on Etsy. Because let's cross-reference with Etsy. Oh, this one's like cute. But these are like pre-made, ready to use. Oh my gosh, this one's so cute. Custom. Custom VTuber commission, $196. Custom Life D. These are on sale. They're usually like $40, $150. It's like things like rigging. You know, let's look at remade match other than $129, usually $130. Little chibi models, $30. 900 for a bird VTuber, model art, etc. But these things rung up like really big, and some of these are just accessories. Like if I were to go on VTuber Twitter, you would see how expensive they get really quick. Because when it comes to like things like rigging, it gets very fucking pricey.
Section called the loser, which was way longer. Did she apologize to him for this absolutely blatant toxicity? Well, as you might have guessed, no. If anything, she doubled down on it. Watch.
Yes, I did read out the chat. Because when I'm looking to my right, I'm reading chat that called him a loser. And then I repeated it.
Still dreaming about study abroad? Stop.
There we go. We can get Beckett a pony VTuber. Beckett with a VTuber model would be dangerous. Because I don't think, like, Fauci recently got a PNG tuber with all the little toggles. Like, I myself am a PNG tuber. Like, I have different models, personally. This one and the Freaky Nighttime one is made by Grunge Bunny VT. And I love this to death. But the ones I technically made are this little guy right here, my bop model, my Halloween one, which a lot of the viewers who came in during the Isaac stuff would recognize. I need to make more sexually suggestive models. But you notice how, like, it's not doing really all that much? We have this one that just moves around a little bit. It has a little plushie. And then we have the one made by the two differing models made by Jack. But I explain that because when it comes to VTuber models and VTubing, it's like a whole different beast.
scrolling and start planning. Enter
It. I shouldn't have read out that chat because it was disrespectful. That's very hypocritical of me for to say that about Kingsman and then say that loud. That's on me. But I will double down and say replace the term loser with being disrespectful, with asshole or rude. And that's my point. I don't think Kingsman's a loser. I think he's a good player who just wants to win. I think I said that because Kingsman was being a loser. You just criticized and demoralized my teammate for an hour, repeatedly ignoring our mentions to stop. Like, that's loser behavior. You're being a loser for that. And I'm going to say it again. If you make someone sad for an hour, despite people telling you to stop, that's being a loser. And none of you guys in the chats could even you guys were trying to justify that. There's no justification for being an asshole. That's just what that was. So
yeah, I know this gaslighting is insane. Yeah, well, it gets worse because now she's saying it wasn't a personal attack. What? Like, please explain to me what it is when I call someone a loser.
So it wasn't a personal attack on Kingsman. If Kingsman brought it to Bass and be like, yo, this was a personal attack on me, I would have argued. I was like, no, that's not a personal attack. That's just facts.
Of course you would have argued because you're a gaslighting, manipulative bully. I mean, how can you sit here, record this, and publish this saying, oh yeah, calling him a loser, replace
she's not a bully,
with...
she's a bitch. She's a lying, manipulative bitch who's trying to gaslight not only you, the viewer, but her audience, Kingsman's audience.
Something else and then continue and say, actually, you know what? No. If you bully someone for an hour, you are a loser. Like, what the fuck am I watching? Yeah, I'm sure you're not surprised by now why this video got so many dislikes and so many negative comments. The bully got caught for the first time maybe in her life, faced consequences for the first time, tried to use the same tactics she always used, but this time it failed horrendously. But before we move on from this video, I want to mention something that not many are mentioning at all, actually. At the end of her video, she would have a clip of around 1.5 minutes, in which Entei, a Marvel Rivals drama-centered TikTok content creator, would talk to Kingsman on stream shortly after he was kicked from the tournament. This guy wouldn't really be on Kingsman's side. He'd tell him that he was overstepping, that he was being extra. One could even say that he was siding with Cece and Zaza as well as Luciasa. This is why Cece felt so compelled to include it at the end of her video, titling this segment, Entei Preach. Just like everything we've watched so far, it's painful, but...
The Sonic $6 All-American.
I've not eaten yet. I'll probably grab a sandwich after, like, during one of the breaks we're gonna have. Because this is like an hour, some odd minutes. But, yeah. Okay, when we get to around... When we get to around this point, the Google Docs section, we're going to take a break. And then, like, we're gonna take a break real quick. And then, like, a quick break around the, this section right here, the Google Docs section. And then we're gonna resume from there.
Even give me scenarios. I am not.
Listen. It's not just Zaza. I'm gonna get you to understand.
And Zaza as well as Luciasa. This is why Cece felt so compelled to include it at the end of her video, titling this segment, Entei Preach. Just like everything we've watched so far, it's painful, but necessary. Watch.
Kingsman, what I'm trying to get you to understand,
even give me scenarios. I am not.
Listen. It's not just Zaza that you're affecting in this. It's also affecting Cece and your entire team synergy because you're complaining about a comp that
but we
really
were
don't want to run.
synergized. We still synergized. We had a game.
Then you drop it.
Exactly. I didn't say anything on the last game. I didn't even say anything. I just left the tournament. I played ranked.
You said enough, bro. Dog, listen. I'm trying to help you. You did say a lot, man. You said a lot.
Now this fucker's just trying to gaslight Kingsman into feeling like he's wrong. No, that's okay. I'll just make myself a sandwich. I plan on going somewhere with my mom before work. But the fact that this drama YouTuber, oh, what's his name? Entei? Entei. We're gonna duplicate the tab that way. It gives me time.
Team synergy because you're complaining about a comp that they
but
clearly
we were
don't want to run.
synergized. We still synergized.
Hey, Entei, Marvel, Marvel Rivals. Feel shit. Rivals. I'm gonna find this motherfucker. Ski, Flash, Stormfall, Vena, Just Wet, Gut, myself, Your Rage, Kowski, Sell the Witch, Berry Crepe. Oh, I love her model. It's so cute. Oh, her hair's tentacles. You know, I'm gonna check her out later. She's just so adorable. Chat, look at her model. What? She's so stinking cute. Star BMS. Flats. I can't find this motherfucker. Answer this DM real quick. Oh, it's not loading. Oh. I'm trying to be more proactive when it comes to like looking at my DMs.
Lied. And like I said, I'm gonna be there for you because you getting kicked out the tournament is stupid. I get it. But you were overstepping. You were overstepping the entire time. So you can't get mad when all the overstepping that you have done for the past.
Flats knows what he's talking about when it comes to Rivals and Overwatch. Oh no, I'm gonna take your word on that because like I haven't played Overwatch in years. As well as, like, I've never played Rivals. I don't know how that works. I'm guessing it works very similarly. But this is ridiculous.
Several days.
Brother, we had 1 day of scrims after a draft.
Yeah, it really seemed like the entire world was against Kingsman. I mean, if I was in his shoes, I would have gone mad. Like, am I really that crazy? Am I really that insane with everyone telling me I'm a terrible person? Kingsman would then go ahead and ask Entei not to make a drama TikTok about this until he can release his video. He respected
Oh, he's
that
a
wish.
drama
after Kingsman's
TikToker.
Power Crunch. Light cookie crunch. Enriched with protein. This is protein worth craving.
So after Kingsman's video dropped, Entei would drop his own video on his TikTok. And again, even though he was kind of giving the impression that he was Kingsman's friend, it was very obvious that he was taking the side of Cece, Zaza, and Luciana. I mean, look at the things he was saying here. Some very weird takes, like this one. Watch.
The event itself skyrocketed Rivals to the front page of Twitch, and they had over 100,000 viewers combined, I believe. Mind you, most of the guys that are in this tournament are partnered on Twitch. If you ran ads during this event, you got bank. I will say, Kingsman played his cards correctly. Paint yourself as the victim in the situation. You got kicked from a $40,000 tournament, even though you were guaranteed to get paid anyway. Make yourself look like the victim, the rest of your team.
Hold on. Kingsman didn't paint himself up to be the victim. He was the victim. The people who were painting themselves Zaza and Luciaza. You mean to tell me that this guy actually, like, watched everything? I don't believe he watched everything. Pretty much like Overwatch. Used to watch Flats for funny videos on catching cheaters. Oh, if it's like Overwatch, I'll definitely take a look at it. Because I used to love Overwatch. I know I sucked at playing Overwatch, but I loved playing it. This guy should be clowned on till the end of time. This motherfucker should be clowned on. Because if I pulled this shit, I'd be clowned on. I cannot, like, read that. I can't read that out loud, Sheetan. Ever. But you do have a point.
For bullying you, I would believe that if I didn't have the full context.
Yeah, man, he played his cards right, making himself look like the victim. Yeah, this 20-year-old broke college student who just wanted to win some money in a tournament and wanted to do his best definitely is a master manipulator. What a great take. It gets better.
Kingsman, he played it smart. He only showed the game where Zaza did bad. One game where Zaza went 0-5, and that was after 2 hours and several days of internet banter and Kingsman talking her character. Don't twist my words. By character, I mean the Widow character. Stop it. What Kingsman didn't show in his video were the matches that Zaza full carried the entire team. There were a lot of things omitted from Kingsman's video.
Zaza didn't carry shit. Zaza kept fucking falling on her fucking face. This is dishonest. This shit is dishonest. You mean to tell me he watched all that tournament? All those scrims? And still stuck by these girls? What the fuck? No, you should be Omega, like Omega clowned on.
Funnily enough, including dialogue between me and him at the end where I talk about the cutthroat business. But
Yeah, I don't think bro even watched Kingsman's video because at the end you can clearly see Zaza performed very well and Kingsman said absolutely nothing because she performed well. He didn't tell her to switch or play someone else. What did he get in return? The entire team bullying him. He would then flex about how he called him later and told him about how this is a cutthroat business, acting like some sort of sage that he should listen to. You know what? I'm glad he didn't listen to him and made his own video. Zaza never carried even in the game where she performed well. Without Kingsman, they wouldn't have won a single game. His comments all call him out, calling his takes very delusional, very one-sided, and it really emphasized how alone Kingsman was here. How everyone he knew in this community involved in this tournament was just not taking his side. They were all against him, all for clout and superficial business relationships. So no wonder the entire Marvel Rivals community backed Kingsman up. The consequences were almost instant. You'd have many viral Twitter threads siding with him and asking themselves how this stupid drama could have gotten this bad. Saying things like, the Kingsman drama is so stupid because in what world do you think he's in the wrong? He's got a teammate acting toxic on Black Widow going 6'8" on 200 ping for $40,000. On top of that, he's genuinely making good suggestions and they just tell him to shut the fuck up. Y'all got that? Kingsman really better than me because looking at the screen would have driven me to insanity. And here they're showing the fact that Zaza's stack is almost 200 ping. She's also lower ranked than everyone else on the team. All of a sudden, these uncomfortable moments during the scrims were getting picked up by bigger accounts. Everyone was being made aware of how toxic this truly was towards him. And I mean, it doesn't take a genius. You don't have to watch the whole video. Just one clip is enough to understand how disrespectful the dynamics were towards him. Additionally, Cece was being completely called out because it seemed like she was faking her voice on purpose to appear more innocent and soft, when in reality she sounded completely different on her stream. Here's a comparison. Watch for yourself.
I like a challenge.
The power to save lives is within you.
I'm sorry, we're just muting commercials.
I like a challenge.
I'm addressing any allegations or anything that's not true.
Yeah, she's putting on a baby voice to appear more soft, more uwu, more innocent. I think her demographic is men. Like, a lot of her demographic. Because she's this a good mix of men and, like, some women.
As well as I included a clip that Kingsman left out in his conversation with Entei.
Hey man, what are we doing here? Is this a catfish? Like, what the hell is this? Did she really think people would empathize with her more if she sounded cuter? The only person who would have liked this is Lakari.
I actually figured out a way for you to understand Black Widow. She's just a better Widowmaker. Oh, she's just a better Widowmaker? I don't play Widowmaker! She's like, she sucks to play! Oh, I just felt that in my soul. On top of the Lakari stuff. It just got brought up.
Pathetic. But speaking of pathetic, there was still a very big question mark about how Bassem ZB got a hold of these incriminating clips of Kingsman. Where did they come from? Who was the mastermind behind Kingsman being unrightfully kicked? Well, I'm sure it would come as no surprise, but it was none other than Zaza Stack's boyfriend. He would admit this himself barely a day after Kingsman's
Zaza's boyfriend?
video would drop, posting a Google Doc explaining the situation from his perspective. His intention, of course, was to minimize the massive wave of hate hitting his girlfriend Zaza Stack, Cece, and eventually Luciasa. Instead, though, he would do the opposite, amplifying this hate by 1000% and getting caught in the crossfire as well. So this document...
Okay, we're gonna take a break. Great. looks like a Mantis main. Is Mantis cool to play? Like, I'm not familiar with, like, the Mantis, playable character. Hi, Yen. We're talking about the Kingsman stuff. TLDR, 3 really toxic bitches. I'm calling them the toxic trinity. Fucked over this guy who was the only guy out of the team to take the tournament seriously because it's $40,000 that he could use for university payments. Autistic creature, so yes. Okay, I love that. Like, when I, like, eventually have the opportunity to play Marvel Rivals, I am gonna try her out. Do better than... I don't think Ace's Iron Man is bad. I haven't seen the Ace's Iron Man. So I'm kind of worried about that. Like, it can't be that bad. You fly and shoot lasers. It can't be that bad. It can't be.
Is 12 pages.
12-page Google Docy. I'm gonna grab a sandwich. I'm gonna put you guys on BRB. And gonna put on some... we're gonna... It's pretty bad. Wait, no, not ending. Where's my BRB screen? Here we go. I'll be right back. I'm back. I have sandwich. I also grabbed a Dr. Pepper. Because why not? I'll put that in the drink koozie real quick as we switch back over to here. Ready? Gonna pull a Truly. I hope that picked up because I'm not doing it again. Well, let's go.
And as someone who's had experience reading many of these throughout my YouTube career, I can tell you right now, it was hastily written. There are a lot of grammatical errors, structure that doesn't make much sense, and arguments that are really reaching to the point of delusion. In fact, multiple times in this document, Kaplunk would admit that he's barely slept since the controversy first appeared after Kingsman's video. Here's how he started off. Hello again, I'm Kaplunk, or Sam. I'm Zaza's boyfriend and currently living with her. I'm involved in the Marvel Rivals community. Seeing the earthquake this has caused, I'm going to explain my part in the Kingsman situation and the catalyst for him being removed from the tournament. I needed to take accountability for what I essentially started because the hate it has caused all involved is eating me away. In Australia, it's the night before the tournament. Yes, the tournament hadn't even begun by this point, by the way. Like, all the games that were played so far were scrims. Zaza's comments are full of hate and threats, and this has blown up massively for something she had nothing to do with. After seeing how this is affecting Zaza, I have decided to explain to the greater community why what happened. After the first day of scrims, I spoke to Zaza about Kingsman's comments, and she was hurt but didn't want to cause any drama. She felt she did well, though, in the first scrims to be given a chance. But during the second day of scrims and hearing Kingsman go on and on, I hit boiling point, and went behind Zaza's back to send clips of Kingsman to Basim's team. I'm going to explain why I did this with as many clips I could scramble together in 6 hours. It's currently 1 hour away before the tourney starts. So look, already from the first page, he's making it clear he's
guy went to the tournament heads like DMs, sent clips, talk about what's going on. And like the whitest of white knights. Like, I get it. You defend your partner. You defend your, like, significant other very much. They're your ride or die. They're your partner in crime. You defend them to the hill, right? This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. Because it made the situation so much worse, and you're essentially fucking someone over money. And your girlfriend wasn't taking it seriously. That's 40,000 USD. That's a lot of fucking money.
with as many clips I could scramble together in 6 hours. It's currently 1 hour away before the tourney starts. So look, already from the first page, he's making it clear he's fully responsible for what happened. Zaza had no idea. Keep this in mind for later. Then come the clips. Now bear in mind, by the time I was recording this, Kaplunk already privated his Twitter, deleted the doc, and privated the YouTube channel where these clips were uploaded, alright? The only reason I have this right now is because I made a copy, knowing that this guy probably doesn't have much of a spine. This isn't really much of a problem though, because most of these arguments that he's making made zero sense. Kaplunk was trying his best to paint Kingsman as someone who was unreasonable, someone who didn't even attempt to give his girlfriend a chance, even though she somehow deserved it. Like look, here he would say, the draft went well, and me and Zaza went to CC's stream where she was talking to Kingsman in her team chat. Immediately, Kingsman was questioning the Zaza pick before even knowing who she was. This is his first reaction when CC mentioned Zaza from the get-go. Kingsman was complaining about CC's choice to pick a 190 ping Widow OTP, which stands for One Trick Pony. What's really funny here though is that you don't even have to watch this clip. A 190 ping Widow OTP is enough to trigger anyone who has common sense in this game. This was very reasonable to ask. Kaplunk would then say, he then brought up the money and what it meant to him to win the tournament, where CC made it known that she wasn't too focused on the money part of the tournament. This should have set Kingsman's expectations on his team's mindset. Whoa, that's a very bold thing to say. What, did CC tell him that she didn't care about the money from the first day? Let's watch the clip together.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How was the math test?
Don't want to talk.
Clip together, shall we? The VTuber AnniePants had reacted to this document as soon as it dropped, so much of the clips were archived on her VOD. Here's this clip in question, titled Prize Pool Conversation. Watch.
If it's a draft like this, I just wish the prize pool was more like split evenly, so people could just have fun and not.
Bro, you get money for just showing up, dude. What do you mean?
Barely.
Yeah, but you get money. That's like $20. You know what I mean? Wait, 1,000?
First place, yes, like no, between the teams.
Yeah, so it's like
split 1,006, and then for first place, it's about $18,000.
Yeah, yeah, big money.
This isn't helping Kerplunk at all. She's wanting like a bigger cut of the money because the $30,000 would have gone to like the whole team, not just one person. And he's pointing out, you get money just by showing up.
That's what I'm saying. Like these tournaments people just want to have fun. Like,
also,
what was the point of this clip? Like,
model's
why
so
was this?
cute.
How is this a prize pool? They're just here talking about money and how it would have been nice for it to be more. As a broke college student, Kingsman was saying, "Dude, you get money for showing up. I'm happy with anything. I'm just happy to be in this tournament, but of course I want to give it my best shot." This was one of the first clips that were included in this document, and all it did was show us that Kaplunk was brain dead. He then goes on to show us more clips of Kingsman being concerned about the fact that someone who plays a sniper has 200 ping. Kaplunk was very pissed about this because he'd say, "Keep in mind he hasn't seen Zaza play yet or interacted with her at all at this point," as if that's necessary to be worried about 200 ping playing a character that no one plays in the pro scene. Kaplunk even includes a moment in which Kingsman's chat was telling him that Zaza was pissed about his comments towards her. Kingsman would then attempt to talk to Zaza in VC to clear it up. Zaza would instead respond in chat. If anything, this just shows that Kingsman was trying his best to be on good terms with his teammates and was just worried about the ping. This document then starts showing us clips that were in Kingsman's video, where he was very reasonably telling them, "Hey guys, maybe we should switch. Maybe we're gonna get completely owned if we continue like this." Kaplunk would then show us games from the scrims where his girlfriend did well. And then would say, "I would like to comment on Kingsman continuing to play Magic here into Eshiko's Penny. He made it work despite being countered, but made it work. A luxury he does not give Zaza." Yeah, buddy, because he's #1 ranked Magic on the entire planet. Zaza is Diamond. She's not even Grandmaster. He then says, "I will also note, Kingsman's chat, including a mod, attempts to blame Zaza's widow throughout the entire scrim despite her doing well and the enemy team glazing her." This was getting pathetic. The guy was nitpicking the tiniest things, and it still wasn't convincing anyone that he was in the right here. He then goes ahead and shows us many clips we already watched of Kingsman trying his best to make his team understand, "Guys, we can't keep going like this. We're going to get pummeled in the tournament." As we saw earlier, Zaza would of course argue that she's not going to play anyone else but Widow. They win the first game and she got 2 kills, okay? Kaplunk would argue Widow was playing anti-dive this game and she was not a part of the Deadpool rush ults. Her 2 kills were on people diving the backline, stopping them from picking on Casey. Just bear in mind, this whole game maybe lasted like more than 20 minutes, right? The fact that she only killed 2 people, or hell, touched 2 people with her sniper, says a lot. But of course, the White Knight will defend his girlfriend no matter what. He'd say, "This entire round has played out while arguing, and Zaza goes 0-4. This is the first game in the 6 scrims they have done that she has a negative KD, and Kingsman crashes out." Let's see how Kingsman crashes out from his perspective. Let's watch.
Fire hook, done. You guys. Okay, guys. Pace and point proven. Right now. Do you understand?
No, it's not even making
Get to him! How do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much. Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value.
Crashes out. You know what, dude? I think anyone who was reasonable, who had common sense, and who wanted to win this tournament would have done way worse than what he did. The mental gymnastics that Kaplunk was pulling here were...
If I was in a tournament and 40k was on the line and my team was fucking me over, I would have done a lot more than crash out. I'd start slinging slurs. Like, I would quickly make it a Call of Duty lobby.
out of this world. And this is when the White Knight would step in. He'd say, "This is where I come in. I was watching this, and I had been clipping on an alt account since the start of the VOD when the first comments came in. I then messaged a member of production I know and told him to get Basim to watch Kingsman's stream. I went behind Zaza's back to do this. She was still in the scrim and didn't know what I was doing from the next room. I then sent multiple of the above clips to Basim with the context of everything since draft day. Here we can see DMs between Kaplunk and one of the members of production. Kaplunk would...
Are you around? If you are Lurk, CC, or Kingsman streams, hey, what's going on? Kingsman is out to get Zaz. Did she like covertly text this man and go, "Hey, you're not gonna get any pussy for the next week if this guy's still on here"? Like, what the fuck? I wouldn't do this. Like, if I had a partner, I wouldn't be doing this shit. This is White Knight shit. Fucking White Knight shit.
would start off the DM saying, "Are you around? If you are, lurk CC or Kingsman streams." He'd say, "Okay, what's going on?" Kaplunk would say, "Kingsman is out to get Zaza, telling her she can't play Widow. He needs the money and to play triple support." The crew member would say, "She's not a support player." Kaplunk would say, "Yeah, it's pissing me off. He's been onto her since the draft, and she hasn't wanted to stir the pot, but he is slamming her in front of his 200 viewers." Crew member would say, "Like, is he talking shit when unmuted to his team?" Kaplunk would say, "I'll lurk just to stream to see." Crew member would say, "Did CC mute Kingsman on her stream or something?" Kaplunk would say, "I don't think so. They have been at it for at least the last hour. It's between matches and rounds, it flares up again." He'd then say, "There's a clip I'll get from the VOD later where he's just talking about the money. Send this to Basim and CC. While they talk, they will want to see it." Dude, again, how dare he care about the money? Like, how dare he? How dare he get into a tournament with a $40,000 prize pool and care about winning? What a disgusting piece of shit. He'd then continue the document and say, "I didn't tell Zaza."
That is the most evil sentence on the planet. And if anyone wants to... Oh, fuck. For the Punani, the monkey dances. Zaza hated this motherfucker. So her boyfriend getting involved in her somehow not knowing is... I don't believe that. I do not believe that shit.
What I was doing because she hates drama and she wouldn't want it to blow up like it has. Since draft day, I was lurking Kingsman and CC stream. Zaza was being targeted from the get-go with no prior knowledge of her gameplay. This crash out was the last straw for me. I was unable to hold my bias or tongue anymore. This is the time that CC was pulled aside to make a final decision. There's more I want to cover, but I'll make this part available until I finish writing the rest, and I'll add it here. It would then include more clips and more explanations that don't matter at all in the grand scheme of things and only make him more delusional.
With meal deals with McRalu.
And he'd finally say, personal note, there are several days of responses and rumors to cover, but I haven't slept to put it together enough. At the end of the day, the decision to report Kingsman was my own. The decision to kick him was made by Basim. Zaza didn't know I had anything to do with it until after the scrims. I was a full belief Kingsman was unprofessional in a setting.
So wait, you mean to tell me CC was already talking to Boston's, right? You were talking to a member of production and CC, and Zaza didn't know what happened until after the scrims. That's fucking bullshit. You're lying to me. Like, if my partner did something similar, I'd be like, no, don't go after this guy. He's just really pressed and needs some money.
He had to be full stop. I also have a downloaded copy of VOD 3 which I will upload and attach so it's immortalized before Twitch or anything else purges it. This dude genuinely thought that he was saving something that was about to get deleted, like he was cool or something, when in reality the only thing that got purged from the internet was his stupid YouTube channel with videos that made no sense when it came to the context he was offering. And I think the funniest part of all this is that while Annie Pants was reading this live on stream after he had published it to everyone in the community, he was changing things up based on criticism, making it seem like he wasn't even editing it. Look at this.
Actually fire. Wait.
He's there. He's right there.
He's deleting? What happened?
He just straight up deleted a paragraph, dude. And he deleted another sentence. Like, he deleted the sentence that says, no means no. If you can't take no for an answer after it was given to you several times, that's on you. Of course, this was all written to make Kingsman look as bad as possible. Of course, what ended up happening was the complete opposite. Kaplunk ended up looking like the biggest clown imaginable. The quote tweets were endless, and they were all clowning on him. A whole Google document because a soft A wanted to win $40,000 and his teammates didn't. I'm in tears. Instead of minimizing the drama, Kaplunk ended up amplifying it to levels no one could have ever predicted. It got so bad. And CC would go ahead and quote tweet it herself. She would attempt to divert all the hate that she's receiving
For those on the niche side of Marvel Rivals, there was a creator tournament where I was team captain and someone on my team got kicked for disrespectful behavior. A video was released where I was made to seem like it was my fault he got booted. I'm here to clarify, cause Kingsman won't. Crying emoji. I was not the reason. Quote tweets Kaplunk. You fostered the toxic environment. You were the most toxic one there. Oh, that's funny.
Okay, this wasn't a friendly quote tweet. She'd say, for those on the niche side of Marvel Rivals, there was a creator tourney where I was team captain and someone on my team got kicked for disrespectful behavior. A video was released where I was made to seem like it was my fault he got booted. I'm here to clarify again because Kingsman won't. I was not the reason. Quote tweeting Kaplunk's Google document. This wouldn't work though because she'd get community noted, saying, you fostered the toxic environment. You were one of the most disrespectful people there. Linking Kingsman's video. She would turn off replies, but before she would, people were absolutely cooking her, ratioing her over 10 times. One person here would try to suck up to her and be on her side, saying his cult is insane, referring to Kingsman, because watching from the beginning, all the comments were not needed. They're going too hard about money. This dude would get a community note with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different links saying contestants who join tournaments usually care about money. It's almost always why they're in the tournament to begin with. Kingsman had every right to express that he wanted to win. Thankfully, though, the majority of people, and by majority I mean 99.99%, had more than 2 brain cells to rub together. They weren't going to get gaslit or fooled, and her strategy that she's employed her entire career to get away from the consequences simply wasn't working here. But while CC and Zaza were getting the majority of the hate, one person was still left on the sidelines and got less. Lucy Aza, the person here who was meant to be Kingsman's friend and completely stabbed him in the back. She would delete her VOD of the scrims with Kingsman and the rest of the team, hoping to wipe evidence, but someone would come in with this clip that they had saved to really show us how vile of a person she was, along with both Zaza and CC. Watch.
I have a genuine question. Like, seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. Anyways, whatever you have in your head.
Why are we comparing a man to Israel? Especially during a time where a genocide is going on. What the fuck?
I have a genuine question. Ready? I'm saying, I have a
Honestly, who gives a shit what her question was? How weird do you have to be as a person to say something like this, to compare what happened to Kingsman to Israel? Like, how did we even get here? Next up, you'd have Cece, one day after Kaplunk would release his Google document, tweeting out her quote-unquote final statement that she would delete very shortly afterwards. Here's what she said. My final statement. I take accountability for my poor handling of the situation and should have accommodated Kingsman better because I understood his motivation to try and win $3,000. In parentheses, not 40K. As if that matters, you idiot! She'd then say I misspoke in the green light clip. In that same stream, after the clip was cut, I clarified Vasim did not ask for approval. He was going to kick him regardless. Yeah, but you didn't even bother defending him as team captain. At the end of the day, he wanted money, and I wanted to defend my teammate from someone who was dogging on her from draft day about playing Widow in a creator tourney. I only called him a loser. I did not say shut the fuck up, rage bait him, or insult him other than that. If me asking him to stop is where you draw the line, then okay, insult me, crying emoji. And yes,
Hang on. I only called him a loser. I did not say shut the fuck up, rage bait him, or insult him other than that. You're lying within your own fucking statement. If me asking him to stop is where you draw the line, then okay, insult me.
I told my friend in Twitch chat to kill themselves. I've been banned and freed. Your favorite streamer probably says worse behind closed doors, crying emoji. Yeah, so that last part was in reference to how she was banned for 24 hours during the tournament. People were wondering why. Turns out she typed KYS to one of her viewers, who she called a friend. Wonderful behavior, again, by
Finally, come.
What the fuck is this? No, I do not consent to weird fanfic.
Again, by a team captain. Here she was doubling down, again, missing the entire point about why people were mad at her. She keeps saying I take accountability without actually taking any accountability, without ever apologizing, and while still justifying why she called him a loser. By this point, a goldfish would have understood what they're meant to do, but she couldn't get it through her head. But guys, look, all CC wanted, really, from Kingsman was good vibes. People were starting to wonder, are these the same good vibes she was exhibiting in her TikTok? After making a post and a video and multiple statements of her taking accountability, she was still being extremely toxic. Look at some examples. Someone would say, got your best player kicked from the team, goodbye $40,000, hello, good vibes, to which she would say, $3,000, and we've got better players and vibes now. Someone else would say, lol, glazing Kingsman's for what now y'all gonna lose, kicked out y'all best player, lol, to which she would say, he did it to himself. Check this one out. If you don't want to win, don't scrim and don't draft people who do want to win, to which she would say, I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer. So now she was insinuating that this was someone who couldn't accept consent. Isn't that incredible? Really, like, how far down can you dig your hole?
Wow. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Apparently for Cece, she can go down to the Earth's core without even batting an eye, without even having a hint of self-awareness. In the replies of this post, you'd find Zaza's tag, saying, not a single screenshot there is me. Also, I had zero input into the decision of him being kicked. People gotta stop pretending like it was within my power. Someone would ratio her like more than 1 million times saying there are screenshots of your replies actually, it's through the thread. And they weren't lying. In these replies, Zaza was playing the victim, telling everyone that she had no idea who was gonna get kicked, she had no input into it, and she was only bullied. This is why her performance was bad, and this is why she was sad. He was rude, he didn't take no for an answer, and he was pushy for an hour. She'd even say she was never rude back to him. But the clips that we saw earlier in the video definitely show us a different story.
These bitches set women in gaming back like a dozen decades. I want people to cite this bitch and the 2 other bitches as the reason why women who play games are still gonna hear get in the kitchen, make me a sandwich jokes to the end of time. Because these 3 were only there for the vibes. What couldn't you 3 just collab on like a low stakes non-challenge instead of fucking over someone out of 40K?
Throughout this entire thing, not a single person apologized to Kingsman. Not a single person admitted that they were wrong. Everyone was just doubling down, or, like Luciaza, pretending like nothing actually happened. The only person that would finally, a few days after the video, more specifically 3 days, that would admit that they were wrong was the tournament organizer, Basim ZB. Here's what he had to say. Watch.
The people, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's like difficult to admit when you're wrong and you fucked up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in the team knew what was going on, and the fact that nobody told me.
If you make a decision based off false information, you apologize to the person face to face as much as you can. Like, if you can't, that's not bad. That's not something to like clown on anyone for. That's not something to like really like be a jerk about. you try to apologize to the best of your ability. If I was a tournament organizer, I'd be like, hey, if you still want to end this tournament, we're going to let you back on. I am very sorry. Like, as much as you can.
That's whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
So look, there's no question that Basem completely screwed up in his role.
Awesome. The 40K Marvel Rivals tournament organizer speaks on the Kingsman drama. Says he was wrong. The people, when they come in here, they hate, they're justified. They're absolutely right. I made a bad decision off of haste, off of misinformation.
Of tournament organizer. I've seen many people call for him to never be able to host another tournament again, and he's also had a lot of hate thrown his way. He even admitted it, but he also said that it was justified. He understands why it's happening. He screwed up. Look, we all make mistakes in life, all right? And I think what's important is that we learn from them. At least Basem had the self-awareness required to understood that he made a mistake, and he said so. Good for him. What's really unfortunate, though, is that this self-awareness did not rub on the whole bullying group whatsoever. Everything we saw so far was nothing more than a very bad attempt. This obviously didn't work at all. If anything, it made things considerably worse. How much?
I think by this point, the event was over. So, someone walked away with 40K. I really hope it's not anyone from the toxic team. Bossums should not be able to hold a tournament for a very long time. Not forever, a very long time. Because the way he ran this tournament, ultimately, by making sure someone missed out on $40,000 that could have been put towards debt, is very irresponsible. It's very, like, he didn't speak with, like, he didn't seem to, like, really understand, like, how bad that team was. Like, everyone on both, like, on the entire team had an audience watching them, right? And he couldn't just ask what was going on. He couldn't have just, like, he took the misinformation and rolled with it. He should be held just as accountable, if not a little more accountable, than the team themselves, because he's an event organizer. He is responsible ultimately for what happens, like, tournament-wise. This happened. There should have been, like, organizers watching the streams. And the way he treated Kingsman when it comes to the ban, the kick, was abhorrent. And until he can, like, really prove himself, or not even really prove himself, you get what I mean, guys, right?
Much worse? Well, the bullies in question were about to find that out the hard way. Shortly after the Google Doc, Kaplunk would make yet another tweet. Here he'd say to Kingsman, I'm reaching out to apologize and talk about the way things went down. In this case, I went about it in completely the wrong way. I overstepped. Zaza told me to leave it alone in confidence and dumb impulse decisions. Kingsman, I'm sorry for sending the clips which caused Basem to kick you from the event. The Google Doc release was one-sided and painted you in an extremely negative light with my bias. I shouldn't have gone out of my way to involve myself in a situation I was not a part of. Zaza, I am sorry for going behind your back to release a Google document despite you warning me not to. This has been a massive wake-up call, and if there's any hate to be directed to me, not Zaza or Kingsman. Shortly after posting this, Kaplunk would go ahead and private.
If you don't have a clear picture of your
There's no way Zaza didn't know. There's no way she didn't know.
Plunk would go ahead and private his Twitter account. So this was him essentially hoping that all the hate would be redirected towards him so that his girlfriend could finally live in peace. He made it seem like he was the one who did this. She was the reasonable one telling him to stop drama farming, but he just wouldn't listen. This, of course, made the community hate him even more. Because
so they won't say who won. While specific widely publicized team winner names for the exact creator event were not indexed in the provided search results.
this guy had essentially admitted to going behind his girlfriend's back and sending a lot of hate her way. Someone would quote tweet that last tweet that Plunk had made and say, Zaza will forever be known as an EOMM agent and it's your fault. In a nutshell, this means that she's always on the losing team, like she's there to pretty much sabotage you. You reported him and made a doc where you blatantly lied just to make him seem bad. Now you're trying to delete everything to hide it and come out with an apology that we know you don't actually believe in. But here's the deal. People weren't stupid. They were keeping track of these things. The guy was very blatantly lying because as soon as he posted his Google Doc, his girlfriend, Zaza Stack, would repost it. This was of course about to backfire both
So
on him and
Zaza
his
did know. Zaza did know. Can't find who won, but I do know CC's team got spanked. Rightfully spanked.
girlfriend very harshly later. But in the meantime,
and whoever the winner is, congratulations. As long as it's not CC, fantastic.
Cece would make yet another statement. This would get over 17 million views. Here's what she would say. I'm sorry I failed to realize that I need to take proper accountability on here as well. Many of you saw my replies and they were defensive, deflecting, and argumentative. I was busy fighting to defend myself and I've deleted them now because I realized what you guys really wanted from me was a sincere apology. Took you long enough. As a team captain, I have a responsibility to make accommodations for all my teammates. While advocating for my Widow OTP, I also need to better respect Kingsman's wishes. Once the team environment became disruptive, I needed to de-escalate with a solution for both parties. A simple, hey guys, let's try this game with Widow, then the next one we can switch things up, could have worked. Emotions were high, and I failed to notice, which resulted in me snapping at Kingsman. I apologize, as no matter what, raising voices and instantly shutting down a teammate is not the right thing to do. I also should have reprimanded the comments directed at Kingsman once the scripts were over. I needed to hold everyone accountable. I also apologize for calling Kingsman a loser, and I should not have read that in chat in the first place. It was very disrespectful, as Kingsman was just trying to win. And as a leader, I needed to lead without emotions and a clear view. I said good vibes are important, but failed to create that properly. Before Kingsman video went out, I had already reflected, which is why I didn't realize you guys needed to hear it too. I'm sorry my Twitter fingers went first, not this. I tried my best to be ready as a captain, preparing a spreadsheet with various comps and playstyles, but I learned that being a team captain is more than strategies, it's about everyone on the team. They all need to have a say. Wow, what a wonderful apology. If only she posted this first, without being defensive, weird, entitled, quote tweeting Kaplunk's terrible Google Doc, you know, a whole list of things. But by
She
this
didn't
point, it was too
believe
late.
this.
People were not.
She had help writing this. I know that's just a theory, but given what I've seen so far, I do not believe she wrote this. I think someone else within her community wrote it for her. She just copy-pasted.
Buying this. She was just trying to do this as a PR move. In fact, she got community noted. Here's what it said. Even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash, linking a tweet. In this tweet, we can see some of the TikTok comments that we already saw earlier, as well as messages in her Discord. She'd say, I'm pretty sure he spent all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. She's of course referring to Kingsman. More bullying. Wonderful. As people were rating her Discord because of how terrible of a person she is, she
Found it. Team captain. Ooh, good for them. Team captain. So it's not CC and like her merry band of fuckwits. I'm happy for you.
say, yo, Kingsman cocksuckers, screenshot this. Y'all think INC the toxicity in the Kingsman Discord? W not spreading hate from the mods and Kingsman community. This only served to make people hate her more. Seeing this, she would reply to that apology we just saw and say, I'm sorry I was going off the video and forgot to explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up to 1,000 plus notifications from the day before and people had joined my server from Kingsman.
110%. I think she had someone else make that.
I was having a panic attack, and I just started experiencing them. So on my freakout, I said Kingsman lacked social skills because he spends his time playing video games inside. I was angry and ended up lashing out at him instead of his community. I deeply regret it, and I apologize for flinging another insult out. This shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks. Heart emoji. The community note would come in and say, she doesn't actually feel bad. This is a PR move. Linking the same tweet we just looked at. Someone would quote tweet this reply and say, she ulted. Heartbreak emoji. That's it, man. She ulted. She pulled out her biggest move. I was having panic attacks. You know what's really funny? During the draft stream, Kingsman was specifically told that CC would make a good team captain because she has military experience. This leads her to be able to handle high pressure. What? There she is.
What? Kingsman was told that she was military, so she can handle high pressure. And now she had panic attacks from non-military video game. Fake. Hashtag Kingsman265_Twitch was stabbed in the back and he managed to not get crazy about it. You deserve all the hate you generated towards him. Wow.
Is having a panic attack because she's being raided due to consequences of her own actions. What kind of military are we talking about here? GTA RP? Like, come on, who are you kidding? Anyway, while the high-tech military commando known as CC was being absolutely dogpiled, Zaza was still fighting.
Hang on. And here's CC team score 0 to 31, 8 to 7. Wow. That's bad. That's bad.
her own battle. By this point, she still hadn't made a single statement. This is when people would choose to go to her older tweets to call her out, with this person saying, "You realize you can't hide, right? You fucked up big time, homegirl." To which again, she would give the same narrative. "I'm aware and I'm not trying to hide, but people gotta chill. I had absolutely zero input into the decision of him being kicked. The power was out of my hands there, and people still think it was my fault." People would call out her performance and how much she sucked, and then she would say, "So now you're
I don't want a Kate Spade purse. Nor do I need to transfer money.
And then she would say, "So now you're just hating because you don't want to recognize that I've informed you with the truth, and you want any reason to still hate." Wow. She was still going as hard as possible with the narrative that she had no idea she was just someone in the middle of a crossfire that she's not involved in. Eventually though, around 8 hours after Cece would make her apology tweet in which she finally uttered the word sorry, Zazastack would come out with her own statement, saying, "Sorry it has taken me a while to write out a response to the Kingsman drama. I am the Widow player involved and wanted to take some time to collect my thoughts and reflect on the things that took place. Just to preface this post contains clarity and accountability. To start things off, I believe there are a lot of people who have blown this way out of proportion when it could have just been solved with a simple conversation instead of escalating things. That is on everyone involved. I'm taking accountability for not swapping."
That's on everyone involved, even though I kept telling you I'm not gonna switch. Oh, she is a Widowmaker main! What the fuck?
Off of Widow when I should have. The games that we're playing in Kingsman's YouTube video were practice scrim games and not the actual
They didn't make it to the playoffs. Good! Good!
tournament game, so I was hoping I would have a proper chance to show off my Widow gameplay. My choice to stay on Widow was never because of ego or wanting to throw, and the whole way through the tournament I continued to tell Kingsman that I still wanted to try and wanted to help him win. The reason I initially said no to his suggestions was because they were out of my hero pool and I had no playtime on them. Kingsman was made aware of my hero pool from day one, and when he asked for Phoenix instead, I was too focused on processing the pressure that I was feeling from him constantly pushing me to swap. In hindsight, I should have just swapped to Phoenix or Hela, so we could have practiced that too. As for when Kingsman said that he could switch to Bucky or Mantis and try that idea was never attempted because I said that his magic.
The 8 groups were broken in the first 2 groups to play against each other's, and hers was in last place. Oh, yeah, you just suck at it, girl. You just suck at Marvel Rivals.
Gameplay was really good, and I thought that his magic was working. Of course it was going to work. He's rank 1 magic in the world. Black Widow is competitively my best hero, and when I was invited and signed up for the tournament, initially there was no prize pool, and it was labeled as a creator tournament. The $40,000.
How was your Black Widow any good?
Prize pool came as a surprise later on and was split between everyone who played in the tournament in teams from 1st to 8th place, with 1st place getting $3,000 each for winning, so everyone ended up getting paid. I think a lot of people have been getting my voice mixed up with the other girls' voices and have been struggling to tell us apart, which has.
You were getting your ass whooped and you were just as culpable in the bullying!
Led to way more unwarranted hate than there has to be. She'd then say, "I was never once rude to Kingsman in the VODs, even when asked to talk my shit." I will take accountability for getting stern after a while of being asked the same question over and over, and do apologize for that, as I definitely could have had more patience. However, I still don't believe that I insulted him in any way. If Kingsman is at all offended by any of my actions, then I am deeply sorry to him. On the topic of the drama, I would also like to address my boyfriend's, Kaplunk's, input into the situation. With Cap and I living in the same house, I know how easy it is to believe that we worked together on sending through clips or the creation of the document. I can confirm that we did not work together.
I love playing samples, but I never play them in these games. The annoying thing is the snipers get amazing skins too.
On any of that at all.
Yeah, that statement makes sense. And I noticed it too, a lot of like snipers get like full skins.
Comments and concerns from Kingsman since the draft day about my Widow pick potential. On day 1 of scrims, I had told Cap to not send through any clips of Kingsman downing my Widow or muting up to speak to his stream as the day 1 games went well. I warned Cap that I could handle the situation of doubt by conversing, and that if Kingsman were to end up getting kicked from the tournament, it would bring flame on all of us. Wow, does she have a crystal ball? That's highly mature from someone like her, huh? On day 2 of scrims, Kaplunk had sent through clips to tournament administration without me knowing, in a moment of feeling overprotective for me, so that they were aware of Kingsman being pushy towards my choice to play Widow. The clips were passed on to the tournament host, Basim ZB, and a rushed, overconfident decision was made to kick Kingsman from the tournament. Basim ZB has since taken accountability for his rushed decision and lack of research on his recent Twitch streams. You know, I love working on this video so far because I don't even have to say anything about this statement. Community notes are present on every single statement made by the girls here, and they say everything that needs to be said. Here's what this one said in particular. Zaza Stack states that she never knew or helped write the Google Doc. However, she'd retweeted several tweets containing the doc as an attempt to defend herself. Actually, you know what? This community note could have been written a bit better. Not only did she retweet the document multiple times, she was also fully aware it was being written because, well, she admitted it live on her stream. Watch it for yourself.
Stacey, did you see the document Cap was putting together about it all? Rage bait for more views? I'm not a rage baiter, bro. I'm not a rage baiter. He tweeted it, yeah. Yeah, he's being very like straightforward about everything and putting all the evidence in there too. He's actually, Cap has a lot of experience writing good documents.
So she did fucking know! She did know! And she fucking lied about it! Because if she knew the Google Doc was being made, she would be, like, cognizant of what's going into the doc, right? Therefore, she knew what her boyfriend was doing.
Good document. He's being very, like, straightforward about everything and putting all the evidence. Yeah, he's being very, like, straightforward about everything and putting all the evidence in there, too. He's actually, Cap has a lot of experience writing good documents like that, so. W Cap.
Yo, Cece, did you see the Google Doc that my boyfriend's putting together? It's also really funny to me how she's gloating. Oh yeah, dude, he knows how to write these documents, man. Really? Did we both read the same thing? Incoherent structure? Clips that don't make sense? Grammatical errors that a toddler could have avoided? Really? But guys, I swear, I didn't want my boyfriend to publish this because I knew that this was going to cause me drama. I could just foresee the future. How much of a clown can you be in one incident? How much, dude? Her statement wouldn't simply just end here, though. She then continued, saying, as for the Google document that Kaplunk had released, all the information within that was 100% factual and drawn from the VODs. However, it didn't shed any light from Kingsman's side of the story, which I believe was needed too. About 4 hours before the tournament started, I was downstairs crying from some of the misinformation and hate that was being spread after Kingsman had posted his YouTube video. Even though he had told people not to hate on others at the start of the video, seeing how upset I was sparked Cap to put together the Google document that he posted. She then continued saying he had told me that he forgot to finish doing something on his PC and then went upstairs to his setup. I went to bed as I needed sleep before the tournament as it was early morning hours in Australia. After a while, I messaged him saying, I don't know what you are doing on your PC, but I have a gut feeling you are writing a post or a document and I think you should leave it and come sleep. I ended up falling asleep and he ended up staying up writing the Google document so that he could post it before the tournament started in attempts to clarify things from my side. The clip titled Zaza was all for the document according to this clip on my Twitch was after the document had been posted and had
The birth of Zaza is... No! DMs. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna check DMs real quick. Oh, that is so cool! They stole my whole flow. Hang on, hang on. Can I share the image they sent me, Yen? That way people know what we're fucking talking about. This is such a pretty skin, holy shit. Oh my gosh, they even, like, got the little dots on it. Such a pretty... Hang on. Yes. Hang on. So everyone knows what we're talking about. I'm gonna, open the image. Oh my god, please load! Don't crop! Don't crop the picture, please! Okay, this is what's being talked about. It's so pretty. This is a pretty fucking skin, holy shit. And as you notice, there's like these little dots right here. A lot of like old school comics have like these dots. And I love how they like carried it over as if like she leapt from the comics. But yeah, this basically stole your flow, Yen. But this is so... Yeah, this is Yen for real, for real. This is such a pretty fucking skin. Holy shit. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. Oh my god, the lighting! That's such beautiful lighting! I'm sorry, I need to stop gawking at this. I'm gonna geek out. Oh, and this is Dark Phoenix? Oh, that is so fucking cool. Thank you for showing me, Yen. Now I need to, like, switch over before I end up, like, talking for multiple hours about how pretty the skin is.
I'd already read through it. It was completely Kaplunk's decision alone to post the document in the first place. Yes, Kaplunk might be my boyfriend, but that does not mean I have control over his actions. Just like everyone else involved, he is still his own individual person, and he has since written a public apology to take accountability on his profile here on Twitter. I never intended to offend Kingsman or throw away an important tournament to him, as I still wanted to help him win. But if he is at all offended by any of my actions, then I again apologize deeply and hope that we can all move on from this. Again,
OP did not intend on winning. Oh, come on! Another commercial? I love her Chaos Witch a bit more.
And you need to set a bun, and you don't know what set means.
They almost have her on Lord.
Okay.
If you don't get her, I will cry. If you get the Dark Phoenix skin, I will cry.
I'll move on from this.
I will
Again,
cry on your behalf. Because that's such a pretty skin, and that's so your vibe. It would make 110% sense if you had that skin. Okay, for context, oh, that's also cool! Now you make me want to play Marvel Rivals. Let's see, where's the answer? I have that skin, yes. Such a pretty skin. Before we pull it up, where is, where is your rev sheet girly thing? There we go. I'm gonna, like, highlight why Yen getting, like, the dark skin makes sense, because look at how pretty, like, Yen's thing is. I have Magic, Jeff, and Bucky Lord. Ooh! Like, it makes sense because Yen's, like, Sona is often, like, paired with, like, fire imagery, like the little ember right here. Pat, pat, pat. And the hair. Like, it makes sense for Yen to get Dark Phoenix. Because it's, like, similar hairstyling, where it's, like, colored, like, fire, as well as, like, the fire motifs within it. And even, like, the little fire form right here. Therefore, my argument is Yen should have this skin as soon as possible.
Would be community noted. The community notes did not let her post a single thing without correcting her, by the way. It would say, OP did not intend on winning or helping Kingsman.
Almost forgot. Hang on. Come on. Come on, Discord. Don't die on me. My only lord is Cloak, but several enchants. Ooh. Oh! Okay, this image is a little bit evil. Hang on. Hang on. If you don't know the meme, I am very sorry for you. I am sadly hyper aware of this meme. Also, the bunny is so cute. Bunny Ace, Bunny Yen, and Bunny Truly are all so fucking adorable. Here is what Jacka Slade shared with me, in terms of... Ooh! I love the contrasting colors. And how some of the outlines are, like, in red and blue. Ooh! Oh, and some of the flames are turning blue! Ooh, this is so pretty. Don't make me... Okay, if I finish Yukma, like, all the unlockables and stuff, plus all of, the price of flesh, I'm getting Marvel Rivals. I'm just telling you right now. Oh, it's the recolor thing. That's the, Chaos Witch, like, outfit. It's so cool. Like, little colors.
as she repeatedly continued to play Widow on high ping while berating Kingsman for being asked to switch. She was also on stream viewing the document with her boyfriend and approved it, linking the clip that we just watched. She would then finally say, also, just to leave a note here, I've limited the comments because people commenting were already trying to be misogynistic or racist as soon as I posted this. Again, a community note would come in and say, Zaza Stack and the others associated with the mistreatment of Kingsman have often limited comments whenever it is obvious the majority will give criticism, not due to racism or sexism. Zaza has already shown to be untrustworthy due to her admitted approval of the document by Kaplunk. God, it is just wiping the floor with
she's just
some of the ratio
lying
the hell out of her
here.
before the comments would be limited, saying, said a whole lot of nothing. After most likely many years of this bullying behavior, these people were finally getting what they deserved. It was very satisfying, and the entire community was very happy to see this. However, by now,
I do feel like it is the era of like more authenticity than ever, and like more just different genres to play with and more ingredients.
Ew.
However, by now, many people, including myself, thought that, okay, fine, things will finally die down now. They posted their final statements, they said what they had to say, it can't possibly get any worse, right? Well, we were all proven wrong when Kingsman would make an entire brand new Twitter account just so that he can post new information he acquired. This would somehow, even after everything we've just seen, make everyone look considerably worse.
Oh,
on January
no.
21st, barely a few hours after Zaza had posted her long statement, Kingsman would create a Twitter account and tweet, hey everyone, I originally wasn't planning on posting this, but the first screenshot kind of messed with my vibes a bit, so here it is, posting his own Google document. The document would be barely a couple pages long and it would be very screenshot heavy. He'd start off by saying, originally I wasn't planning to post anything else on this, but I saw this. He'd come across a screenshot between Kaplunk and what seems to be the crew member he was talking to. This would be the continuation of the DMs he was having with the crew member, where he said it's between matches and rounds it flares up again. The crew member would say, go on an alt, clip anonymously, download the clip. If there's anything that can help us get him kicked off the team, don't worry, plenty of people in line just as good. Kingsman, like everybody.
Oh, shit. So this member was like conspiring with like Zaza's boyfriend to get Kingsman off.
Else is replaceable, playing for the money, get the fuck out, there's no bans. To which Kaplunk would say, yeah, I'll go through it. This is when Kingsman would say, and this is just blind speculation, but the fact that you referred to it as helping us get him kicked off means that multiple people were trying to do that on my team. Kaplunk is Zaza's boyfriend, and I'm assuming this message is with one of the team members, and I'm 99% sure it's Cece. So this was Kingsman pretty much saying that this wasn't with a crew member on the production team for this tournament, this was actually Kaplunk talking to Cece. This is his speculation. Of course, insinuating that Kaplunk was lying in his document when he said that this was a crew member. And honestly, after everything that's happened so far, I don't think it will be a crazy revelation. He then continued to say, either way, my vibes were off. So here's the DMs between me and her after I got kicked and posted the video right before the tournament started. These messages would start off with Cece messaging Kingsman in Discord DMs saying, bro, please do something, these fucking NPCs in my Discord server. TikTok chat, Instagram, comments, streams. To which Kingsman would say, I told him not to harass anyone like 40 times in my vid. If you have like Twitch names, I can ban them. To which he would say, holy fuck, they think I'm responsible for banning you when all I said was, okay, I agree, Basim. He was gonna boot you anyways no matter what I did. I wish you asked for clarification before you posted this godforsaken video. Instead, I'm here fighting panic attacks and mass banning people on X different platforms. Make another post or delete the video if you really care. 20 minutes would pass and she would send another message saying, hello, do you have any response? Just like you want $40,000, I want some peace of mind for the next time I go live.
Oh my god. This is bad. This is so fucking bad. Cece, why the flying fuck would you do this? You are implicating yourself in real time and actively lying to this motherfucker. Why? Why are you lying?
Crying emoji. God, even in these DMs, she sounds so vile. Kingsman would then say, I'm not deleting the video. It's legit just a VOD. But I've already told my viewers like a trillion times not to harass anyone, and I'll keep saying that at the start of my streams and banning whoever I see. This is when she'd say, why not? You took my clip out of context before even asking me for clarification. You can re-upload the VOD again, no? To which he would say, the VOD is staying up, dude. I'm not taking it down. Nothing is out of context. It's just the 16th and then the draft from a viewer's perspective. This is when she'd say, you insinuated I was the one who got you banned, question mark? You put a screenshot of a random Discord message from someone else saying I was sus for going into a one-on-one call with Basim? He'd reply with, you said in the same video, I have a boss call with Basim. In the same vid you say, I greenlit it. I'm not here to argue, so. To which he would say, oh, sorry. Are you uncomfortable that I'm taking no for an answer? Oh my god. The same way you didn't take no for an answer for an hour, or the fact that the only thing you said to the team was about money? Like seriously, bro, why the fuck would I want to kick you if I insisted you stay after you said you want to go play ranked? Thanks for throwing me under the fucking bus and into unlimited harassment for X amount of weeks, if not months. Get your fucking clicks now, all because your own actions got you banned and you can't accept that. Usually I'd be mature, but I don't owe you that if you can't even see how you're in the wrong. You are an asshole for harassing Zaza for a whole hour and making her upset even after we said to drop, and now I'm getting that harassment tenfold. Kingsman would then say, sorry to hear that. To which Cece would say, stop lying, you're not sorry. He'd say, I mean, you also just got banned from Twitch the same day for your actions, which is a totally separate matter. She'd say, for what actions?
Shit! Oh shit! The very rare Twitch W. Very rare Twitch W.
Yo, I said something in chat to my friend. That's something being KYS, by the way. To which Kingman would say, okay. She'd say, it's completely unrelated. He'd say, I'm done talking. Good luck on the tournament. And she'd end this with, you know, I hard defended you when Entei drama farmed. I got into major drama in creator Discord with a bunch of people just dogging on me for being upset. Entei went behind my back to talk bad about you, and look, I had creator.
Hang on. Now I know how to get this game's name correct. Oh, happy so cool. Okay, it's just a friend of mine. Ooh. Very rare W. Oh gosh, Mr. Gamer. where are you? Why are you picking on me now? Oh, by the way, hint. Go check this out later. Probably gonna be watching this at work. Is this the guy? No, that's not the guy. I'm guessing he exclusively posts on TikTok. Like, exclusively goes on TikTok.
Traders tell me how you're a crash out and that it's not good I got you on my team and I still defended you. I ain't ever met such a narcissist like you. Wow, incredible. And if you guys don't remember, Entei was that one Marvel Rivals TikTok drama creator that we talked about earlier. Kingsman would then say in the document, she then removed me from the Discord server with Rivals creators all over TikTok where we chat. And apparently, she was the owner, LMAO. Also on a side note, why am I getting messages like this, LMAO? This would be a message from clearly someone who is extremely mentally ill, pretty much saying that he's very angry at Kingsman for clarifying that he's not a misogynist at the end of his video. Going as at the end of his video. Going as far as saying, you're a fucking disgrace for any self-respecting human and I hope life R-words you by the very women you claim not to hate. Unless, of course,
Who the fuck puts that? What the fuck? Like, who comments like that? I hope life rapes you. Like, the women you claim... Like, by the very women you claim not to hate. Like, what the fuck is this? The level of mental illness needed.
Of course, you change your ways. Anyway, this Google Doc served to show us that Cece was truly, I mean, if you weren't convinced yet, a terrible, vile person. Not once did she apologize to him in private. Not even once. She made herself out to be some saint who was always on his side and that she never did anything wrong. When Kingsman refused to go with her pity farming, she would really crash out on him. This is actually a real definition of crashing out, not what Kingsman did during the scrims. Kingsman would reply to this post saying, also, I'm so glad Cece also turned the Marvel Rivals creator Discord from a server I used to know and talk with people into a CC Glaze server with my old friends. We see a content creator saying that she was furious with Kaplunk because he hurt so many careers. We see someone else saying, I gained 600 followers after making a video showing Cece as the Antichrist. More importantly though, we see a content creator by the name of Ashlyn tagging both Cece and Zaza Stack and saying, don't let these people try and bully you off the internet. I know it's annoying, but use it as an opportunity to gain favor from people who support you. The parasocials will forget about it in a few days when they move on to the next thing. Basically, it's free ad revenue. To which Cece would reply with, I just put 12 ads on my YouTube video. Yes, the one that got mass disliked. This again didn't help her case at all. Cece would reply to Kingsman's tweet like in less than half an hour and say, I made a quote tweet. These DMs say the timestamp is today, but it was immediately after I uploaded my video and saw all those hate comments for the first time saying I was the ringleader who got you kicked, when I am not. I'll take the screenshots insulting you to the chin, but it is not proof of me talking with Kaplunk. This is when she would be hit with one of the most ruthless community notes I've ever seen, with 9 different links of proof, which we already saw, saying Cece was the team captain. She had every opportunity to not only stop her teammates from bullying and harassing Kingsman during and even after the tournament, but also not do so herself. Kingsman would reply, ratioing the hell out of her, saying, that's pretty epic. Also, showing the screenshot of her saying KYS to I am Jabu. This is what got her banned for a day off Twitch. Here's another screenshot of I am Jabu on Discord. Someone asked him, you are her friend, ? To which he said, I don't know her, bro. Crying emoji. So the whole excuse of her being his friend and saying KYS playfully was out the window too. She would reply to this again, saying, Jambu and I spoke after. Him and I are chill. In the screenshot, Kaplunk has to explain when the team is arguing to this mystery person. I wouldn't need that explained to me if I was the mystery person. Heartbreak emoji. I truly mean every apology. She gets community noted. She did not truly mean every apology. Linking her own DMs that he had leaked in his Google Doc. I mean, at this point, bro, stop. Like, she's already dead. Like, it was over. It was up to her to stop to finally get off the air. But she didn't. She would also quote tweet the post that Kingsman made saying, I am in the middle of class as I see this, but I want to be clear, those DMs with Kaplunk is not with me. I would not know if any—
Focus on your classes! Focus on your classes! Then again, you didn't give a damn when someone wanted to win that 40K to pay for their classes.
I know I flamed Kingsman, but I've been trying to apologize since that night. Proof below, I sent it to my friend at first and then had someone else confirm. I really don't want to be instantly framed for something I didn't do again. I have 0 DMs with Kaplunk. I already apologized for my behavior insulting Kingsman. I just want to move on, please. She'd link a bunch of screenshots, and then we can see her messaging someone, explain to them the situation, how she had a panic attack and everything, how she wanted to reach Kingsman after their very terrible conversation they had in DMs. But since she doesn't share the same servers with him, since, she kicked him out of the creator server, she wanted this person to act as the middleman, to send him this screenshot, where she says that she's ashamed of how she reacted. She doesn't want this to be his last impression of her.
Oh, what did I miss? We're going over the Kingsman stuff. We're on, Kingsman coming back for, the W. And showing how how the 3 women who, bullied him, insulted him, multiple times, and even got him kicked out of a tournament, were just absolutely getting, roasted on the internet.
Apologize, but by this point, no one was having it anymore. This post sat at 7 million views, and all the comments are again cooking her. But hey, would you look at that? She still didn't stop tweeting. She still kept digging herself a hole. She would quote tweet that post we just saw and say, emotions are high and I've learned when to step away. No, you didn't. If a response ends up necessary, I'll make one. Please react how you see fit to me being an ass. I know I deserve the same treatment I dish out. I'm not the person in the screenshot with Kaplunk. I was not the one who reported Kingsman. My apology the day before includes all my behavior. I have not been online since, and I've been holding myself accountable. I will continue to do so. I forgot to show you another screenshot that she included in that initial post where she has 0 DMs with Kaplunk. Again, though, the comments are still cooking the absolute hell out of her. This was not helping anyone except, well, all her haters. But at this point, CC was absolutely cooked to shreds. Zaza was too. And some people realized, wait a second, there's one person that deserves a lot of criticism too that isn't getting any, and that's Luciaza. Luciaza would go live on sub-only mode. That way she can farm as much money as she can out of this. With the title, I need this, I'm kind of homeless. Still not taking the situation seriously at all. She'd argue that she wasn't a bad friend to Kingsman, even though she didn't take his side and was arguing against him by showing us DMs between them. She'd send him a message saying, Kingsman, are you doing all right? He'd say, no, I'm not. She'd say, dude, why didn't you stop? I tried to tell you to shush. He'd say, I did nothing wrong, Lucy. I'm going to make a video about it. She'd say, okay, that's fine, but I don't think it's fair to say you did nothing wrong. You were on Zaza for a while and you could hear it in her voice she was getting upset. He'd say, no, don't worry, I'm actually going to explain everything. To which she would say, well, all right. I'm sorry about you getting kicked. I was excited to be on the same team as you. To which she would say, yeah, same. Bro, I rewatched and you rage baited me so hard. What an incredible friend, man. She'd also have some incredible clips from the
I don't believe her. I don't believe her. She's a snake. I don't believe her. I don't believe her.
also have some incredible clips from the stream that truly show us just how many brain cells she lacks in that head of hers. Watch.
Yeah,
probably.
probably.
Why I did what I did and why I said what I said. I did do it at wrong times. I do admit. But in regards to me telling him to shut the fuck up, that is the only thing I think I am 100% justified in, because Sasa said you're making me feel like shit. When somebody on your team is like saying that, I'm immediately just put off. And yeah, I don't know. That's the only time I'm only gonna like defend that specific moment. Thank you, the plug for the Prime X tool.
Yeah, you know, I told him to shut up because he was making some valid points. Yo, thank you for the Prime sub, man. Yo, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. But it gets worse. Here will be her excuse for comparing Kingsman to Israel. Look at this. Just listen to this and try not to cringe physically.
No, I guess it was just like in bad taste. But at the end of the day, you're like, guys, I am a Lebanese Arab. Like, I have 100% donated more. I even had, what do you call it? Not that this is an excuse, but I'm saying I have definitely donated more than all of you guys combined to Palestinians. I literally have family there. I don't know really what.
Oh my god.
Anyways, regardless, let me see if there's anything else.
Bro, who asked? Like, genuinely, who cares?
One, leave the Palestinians out of the fact that you screwed a man out of 40K. Pretty sure dying Palestinians don't need to hear your bullshit. You know what this is giving? You know what this is giving? It's giving Frogan. Remember Frogan? This is Frogan behavior. Frogan is also like Lebanese Arab. Or like Lebanese Muslim. Here. Ironically, it's from Tectone, who also lost everything. Yeah, this bit.
Exclamation point tip, say goodbye to the cast. I need $500.
Do you guys remember the highly respected,
It's this bitch. And getting an ad.
What's up, workmate? How are you? I know, isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane, dude?
I believe
Yeah, it's her. If you know Frogan, you know where the comparison is coming from. You know where it's coming from. Because it's the same fucking energy. And here's the thing, I am very much, like, pro-Palestinian. I believe we shouldn't be killing Palestinian people. They're human beings too, right? However, in arguments, they are not my cudgel. They are human beings. Human beings are not a weapon for you to use when you're getting shat on.
What the hell are we talking about here? And if you thought that wasn't bad enough, I mean, guys, it only gets worse from here. Look at what she said about Basim for actually admitting that he was wrong. Look at this.
That one wasn't even like really. Bro, Basim is the biggest like loser of all time, and also a lot of creators are scared to like talk shit about him.
Yeah, what a loser, am I right? I just hope that she uses all these Prime subs that she got during the stream to buy a better microphone because my ears are shot. Here will be Basim's response to him hearing her call him a loser. Look at this.
Also, there's other things about Basim out there that, hey, if you want to look into it. But there's other shit on Basim out there. And Basim, if you're in here, bro, you are the biggest sellout of all time. You kick Kingsman out, and then you don't even properly fucking clear shit up. And you scream and shout for the Kingsman fans to all just be on your side because you switch sides because you don't want hate. You don't want heat, which is fine. But it's just
Who the fuck wants hate? Who the fuck wants fucking heat? Explain to me one person who wants hate. Tell me that for 1 second. But you know how you avoid that? You take accountability for your fucking actions. Oh my god, dude. When you figure out somebody's wrong, you take accountability.
Basim had understood this within like 24 hours of the video dropping, but it seemed like Luciaza was missing so much common sense, lacked a ridiculous amount of self-awareness, and was overall such a nasty, vile person that it seemed like nothing could make her understand how bad of a situation this actually was. Someone like her doesn't just spawn overnight. You get to this point when you act like shit your whole life and never face consequences. So it was no surprise that just before her stream, the content creator Antgrow would release a video titled "These People Are Not What You Think," Cece and Luciaza in regards to the Kingsman saga. In this video, Antgrow would reveal to us that he was invited to the same Marvel Rivals tournament, but turned it down specifically because of a few people that were in there. He'd say that 4 months ago, back in October 2025, Luciaza would start spreading some vile, untrue rumors about him. When faced with this, he decided to also take Kingsman's approach and make videos defending himself. He wouldn't attack her personally, he would never incite harassment towards her, this was purely him defending his reputation. When he'd do that, he'd be messaged by Cece, acting as a mediator between him and Luciaza, because apparently she was receiving too much harassment from her chatters. The reason why this was very significant to Antgrow was
these girls have made it a habit. All three of these women were like tag teaming, right? I don't know about that. My little cousin made a great flail last time we were roughhousing a little. um But the fact that Cece and Luciaza were like that close for Cece to be a mediator for a completely separate thing.
Cece actually owned the Rival Creators Discord server. This is a server in where all the Marvel Rivals creators were and collabed together. This was key to your growth. He was directly threatened by the server owner that if he didn't stop sticking up to himself, then he was about to get kicked. She was using her influence as the creator of the server to bully others, protecting her other friend who was also a bully, by the way, and threatening anyone who had something negative to say about them. It's absolutely disgusting, but again, not surprising. When you never get caught for doing bad things, you just keep doing them. Additionally, during that time, this screenshot would start spreading around, where Zaza Stack says, "Justice for that guy? He is black, I don't give a fuck," referring to Kingsman. She'd make a tweet saying, "I'm addressing the screenshot right now because this needs to be made clear. Before the drama, there were imposter accounts going around and hiding behind my name to act."
What? Hang on. The fucking racism. Hang on. Justice for Kingsman, justice for Kingsman, justice for Kingsman, bro. Google Maps. Justice for that guy. Oh, Google Images, Google Earth. Nah, that's crazy. Google Mail.
She'd make a tweet saying, "I'm addressing this screenshot right now because this needs to be made clear. Before the drama, there were imposter accounts going around and hiding behind my name to act like this. I would never say the sort of stuff that is not me. The only games I have played since the drama have all been live on my last stream, and I have not loaded up the game since. I've also attached a screenshot of my last ranked game so that you guys can see that I haven't played anything more. The times in the screenshot of my history are in Australian time." Someone would reply with, "And we're supposed to believe you, why? You've been lying since the drama started." To which she would say, "I haven't lied once, bro." This reply would get community mega, and they would say, "She has lied several times." I have never seen so many community notes for one incident in my life. Someone would call out how terrible she was at Widow and how she should have listened to Kingsman. She'd reply with, no, we won a game once. I stayed on Widow, actually. She got community noted. They lost 7 games out of 8. And of course, we can't forget Ashlyn, the same person in the creator server who added CC and Zaza, urging them to not let anyone bully them off the internet. She tweeted out and say, I collected more details on this drama and I'm willing to give a serious input. My genuine opinion on this is everybody was being cringe. CC, Kingsman, Zaza,
Everyone was being cringe. I didn't even know Kingsman was black. Wait, were they targeting him because he was black or because he was a dude? On a team that was mostly girls. Because it went from, like, sexism to racism as being, like, the fucking shield.
But nobody was in the right here. The best thing for everybody to do is to not escalate the situation, learn from it, and move on with life. I feel so sorry for the other teams who have been massively overshadowed by this whole thing. It's not fair. This was truly unfortunate and preventable. She'd also get community noted, saying this user has heavily backed CC and Zaza, defended harassment, and otherwise
By the way, I can't use the VPN. Why? Because apparently YouTube will not do anything if you will not work if you use a VPN.
engaged in various character assassination attempts against Kingsman, including inventing false allegations. It would be unwise to consider Ashlyn FPS unbiased.
That would be hypocritical because CC is Asian.
In any capacity. Like, look, this was her saying, after reading the doc, Kaplunk's doc, this is genuinely insane behavior. His community, who's being so toxic towards you guys, just tells everything. I would be genuinely embarrassed if I were him, referring to Kingsman. She would then get ratioed multiple times in her replies. And so seeing the backlash she was receiving, the fact that she couldn't deal with the consequences of her own actions, just like everyone else, she would tweet out, CC is bad, Kingsman is good. Would you kind souls please stop sending me death threats? I mean, God, the whole thing was embarrassing. Everyone involved who was taking the side of the bullies was nothing more than embarrassing. The secondhand embarrassment I felt throughout this video is indescribable, because throughout all of this, all they had to do was simply apologize, not just in public, but directly to Kingsman. They only apologized to the public because they knew it made them look bad. And this would be after multiple opportunities of them doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, and only finally letting go once they realized this is unrecoverable. This whole tough girl bully act was not going to work. The entire internet was now aware of this. Moist Critical had done a video about it. I mean, everyone knew about this. But even though this looks very bad already, the real consequences, the ones that are truly career-ending, would only start to show up later. And it would be when CC would start to lose sponsorships. On January 21st, one of CC's sponsors said, "We have been made aware of the situation involving CC during the recent creator tournament. While we have worked together previously, we do not support behavior that targets or disrespects other creators. As a result, we will not be continuing any partnership moving forward. We believe in keeping competition respectful, and we wish everyone the best going forward." This tweet almost has 2 million views and over 50,000 likes. Since then, people have expressed interest in their products because having morals as a company is something rare these days. But they weren't the only ones. Solaris GG, the talent agency in which CC was a part of, would tweet a message from our owner. In it, you'd find a tweet by Hune, the owner of that talent agency, saying, "I've been informed of everything that happened, and as of today, I've made the decision that CC has been removed from Solaris and its creator program. I want to clarify, Solaris and its staff, other creators had zero involvement in Basim ZB's tournament. All of CC's social media posts and messages, the actions done and the insults said towards Kingsman by the group of streamers is not something I'm happy about or what Solaris stands for." Again, this tweet would receive a lot of attention as well, over 2 million views, and many people were very happy about it. But that's not all. Someone would notice that CC, in her links, had one that led to Razor, which misspelled the name of the company. It seemed that she had an affiliate code. The people would let Razor know, linking a tweet that she made saying that yes, she got banned because she typed KYS in chat. They'd say, "We're looking into it." Later, they'd say, "We have confirmed that there were never official agreements with the creator, and there are no plans for future collaborations."
Razor Infinity
Mice code also doesn't work anymore.
Solaris,
finally, for the first time in her adult life, received consequences that equaled her disgusting, vile actions. Oh, and while we're on the topic of CC's adult life, it seemed like she had a very big problem with the opposite gender, saying that all men are liars and that she hates all men. Additionally, back
so
when she
she's
used
a
to be Smite
misandrist.
Lawyer, she would express in DMs with someone that she had a dislike of black people. It wasn't just consequences against Kingsman anymore, it was
She's
consequences
a misandrist and racist
for every bad thing she's done over the last few years now. But it wasn't over just yet. This wasn't just about monetary opportunities and sponsors. This was about how they had become a cultural phenomenon for all the wrong reasons. The NBA team, the Atlanta Hawks, had made a TikTok about the Kingsman drama, saying how Kingsman felt after watching his old team get destroyed in the Rivals tournament, showing players dunking multiple times. A user would tweet, "Someone said they're pulling a Zaza stack in my game today. What does this mean? Someone inform me." New slang unlocked, Zaza. Definition, someone throwing not necessarily on Black Widow and still won't swap. Playing for the vibes also became a massive meme. There's a new tournament being hosted by the content creator Boger with a $50,000 prize pool. He would tweet out, "Happy to announce that I'll be hosting another Boger bash next week. This is not a casual tournament, but I promise you, the vibes will nevertheless be pristine." So now sponsors opportunities were gone. No one wanted to associate with these people any longer, and they were truly exposed for what they are. This is the pure definition of consequences, and it is very satisfying to see. But what about Kingsman? How is he doing? Well, he ended up becoming more successful than any of these bullies combined. His last few streams had reached thousands of concurrent viewers. One of them had 25,700 viewers, gaining 44,000 followers.
These are really good numbers.
He was receiving so many donations that he started begging people to stop donating. Someone would donate $3,000 right off the bat. His chat got him to hype train level God knows how much. He has over 10,000 subscribers. That's $50,000 alone. He's reached over 200,000 subs on his YouTube channel and just reached over 100,000 followers
Ooh.
on Twitch. I was there for the countdown. He has made way more than the entire 40,000 prize pool. And it couldn't have happened to someone more deserving. Additionally, Marvel Rivals developers sent him currency in-game
Holy
for free so he can
shit.
buy all the skins for the character he loves
I
playing.
love how the
Magic.
internet
Check
just
out
like
some clips on
bands
the channel.
together to show like people like Kingsman so much fucking love. It's truly wholesome.
The Marvel Rivals devs just gave me units so I can purchase magic skins. No fucking way.
Wait,
There's no
really?
way that is real. Wait. I gotta hide my screen. No way. No way. What? Wait. By the way, this is the guy who emailed me because he asked me.
As I said in the beginning of the video, this was a story with a happy ending. And just in case it wasn't clear enough, this was never about men versus women or any of that bullshit. This is a textbook story of someone who got bullied and stood up to his nasty, vile bullies, garnering support from the public and making them face consequences for the first time in their adult lives. I'm very happy for Kingsman, and I hope that he enjoys his success. He seems to be a really nice guy. And no, I'm not just saying that because he admitted on stream that he watches my videos. If you're watching this, Kingsman, thank you for being a viewer of my channel, and I truly wish you the best. My DMs are always open if you want
this
any
is
advice
so
related to content creation,
wholesome.
or hell, even drama. But I think you handled this pretty damn well. I think you're good on your own. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I really appreciate it. And if you want more content from me, even more than my YouTube channel, then make sure to check out my
Okay. That is so wholesome. Oh, that is so wholesome. It didn't end one career, it ended multiple careers. Holy shit. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. That is, like, wholesome. And he posted a new video that this is really cool. Perfect charity tournament with the new Adam Warlock. That is actually really awesome. But wow. I'm glad it got a happy ending. It did ruin a few careers along the way. Because that was ridiculous. And a lot of people have covered it. Then there's technicals. Wow. Like, there's so many videos. I'm glad I picked one that just, like, goes over, like, everything, hopefully. I hopefully got everything. Well, if that's all of it, I guess I can end stream. Never see more deserved downfalls. That downfall is deserved. I know I'm ending like a little bit early. Usually, like, it would be a little longer, but, I do have to, like, make sure everything is, like, sorted out, ready to go. But I will see y'all tomorrow for the Go Kato stuff. 'Cause, yeah, why not? If you've liked the stream, please like, sub, share stream around, comment. What it does is it boosts me in the algo. That way it reaches more people. On top of that, I have commissions open. I also have like a Ko-Fi where commissions are also up on there. I also like put adoptables in the shop. And I would like to, like, just best ending on a high note anyway. Yeah, best ending on a high note. But overall, thank you guys for coming. It means a lot. Even if it's like a little bit of these like nicer, like more wholesome ending streams. And even though this was short, I really appreciate you coming to hang out with me as we look at this. Tomorrow is going to be Go Kato. On the 25th of February is going to be my next collab stream with Grunge Bunny VT. And yeah, I hope everyone's hyped for that. I do have to do Valentine's Day hangover. We'll probably do that. Hang on, let me look at my calendar. We'll probably do that the 27th. That way we can get done with Dead at the Cemetery and go on to other games. If we're not able to finish Dead at the Cemetery on the 27th, we're gonna have a like Valentine's Day hangover on the 6th of March, where we just play the rest of the games I had on the docket. We're all gonna have so much fun. Hopefully nothing breaks. But I think that's all. Bye, guys! It was fun hanging out with you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Man, please clean your bunnies. It's not good to let them be grungy. I know I will. I can still fix him! No, you can't! No! See you guys! Let me make sure your guys' music's on. Loading.